This episode of the Smoking Tire Podcast is brought to you by Mechanican.com. It's a social network for car, truck, and motorcycle enthusiasts. The idea is to include anyone who's interested in anything with an engine and merge all forums into a social platform. It's got the same functionality as most social networks, like creating a personal profile, adding followers, creating or joining groups, and direct messaging. But what separates it from other social networks is the Garage and Projects features. The Garage gives each person the opportunity to showcase anything they own with an engine. Throw any car you have in the garage and showcase what you love about that car by writing some info and posting photos and videos. The Projects section gives each person the opportunity to share with their followers and the public anything they are personally working on or someone is working on for them. If you want to show how you install a supercharger in their Mustang, Projects allows them to create a project for this install and write out detailed information of how they perform the install, post photos and videos to highlight exactly what they are doing. If you are into cars, trucks, tractors, lawnmowers, boats, anything with an engine, check out Mechanican.com. It is the best way to share your passions with the world. The Smoking Tire Podcast is brought to you by Dylan Optics Sunglasses. I was just in Scottsdale for Barrett Jackson, and I stopped by the Dylan factory where they are made. It's incredibly cool. They have these beautiful lenses. Every pair is made to order. You can mix and match their signature matte finished NIR lenses with or without polarizers with any kind of frames they have, which leads to almost endless combinations of really, really neat glasses. I've been wearing them for years. The glass is really good. The lenses are nice. They keep me working out in the desert every day. And also the styles are cool. They've added a couple of new frames. If you go to thesmokingtire.com and hit the link for Dylan Optics in the Partners tab, I will send you a free shirt if you buy a pair of Dylan Optics sunglasses. And I like to support the people who support the Smoking Tire. I'll give you a free shirt if you get a pair of Dylan Optics. Check it out. Go to thesmokingtire.com and click on that Partners tab. Get your free shirt. How about this? Blue Apron. Everyone loves Blue Apron. They bring great food to your house. It's brilliant. Blue Apron is teaming with Whole30 to bring you delicious recipes for the months of January and February. There's going to be some Whole30 approved recipes each week, like Mexican spiced barramundi with avocado, togarashi chicken lettuce cups with avocado, and kale and sweet potato salad. Kickstart your new year with Blue Apron and Whole30. I like Blue Apron because it helps take care of waste. I love cooking, and I'm one of those people that goes to the grocery store literally every single day. So Blue Apron will help me because it gets me those fresh ingredients every day. I don't really know time what I want. So when Blue Apron brings me food, right? They only bring me the amount I need. Like if I need a special spice to make some togarashi chicken lettuce cups, I might have to buy enough spice for like 4 dozen togarashi chicken lettuce cups, when really I need enough for 1 or 2. And then that spice sits in my cabinet for like 4 years. I eventually throw it out after having spent like $15 on it. You see where I'm going with this? You can make delicious recipes that you probably wouldn't make otherwise, experience new flavors while learning how to create those flavors with these easy-to-read recipes, and then you don't end up with this ridiculous amount of excess stuff in your fridge, in your spice cabinet. Okay, that's the deal. Here's how it's going to go. Blue Apron is treating Smoking Tire listeners to $30 off your first order. That's like free food, basically. $30 off your first order if you go to blueapron.com/tire. Blueapron.com/tire. You get, it's $30 off and free shipping. They didn't highlight that on the first line. They highlighted it on the second line. Hey, Blue Apron guys, put the free shipping thing on the first line. So I read free shipping first. $30 off and free shipping. Blueapron.com/tire. Blue Apron is a better way to cook. And lastly but not leastly, can you tell the speed of my voice that I'm drinking Beeline coffee? Guess what? After working with Beeline on their other roasts for, a few months now, drinking this stuff every day, finally I was like, guys, why isn't there the roasted tire? And now there is. Coming soon, maybe even now by the time this show gets up there, possibly next week, the smoking roast. The roasted tire, not the smoking roast, the roasted tire from Beeline Coffee is going to be my personal blend. And actually the packaging is extremely gangster. I don't want to ruin it for you, but it's going to be awesome. BeelineCoffee.com. You go to use that site, buy a subscription, get coffee every month, buy a couple pounds individually. Use code TST, 15% off and free shipping, even for these subscription plans. The subscription plans could be like hundreds of dollars if you get them for long enough. 15% off is no joke on something like that. Check it out, BeelineCoffee.com, code TST. What are you talking? Guys,
ASMR.
Are we ASMR? Is that we're starting now? Cool. ASMR. Hi, Jeff Glucker.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Guys,
Aryan Specific Racing. ASR.
Marine Racing.
Aryan Santa Monica Racing League. Hey guys, Smoking Tire Podcast. Good morning. It's technically an AM show, 11:30. Technically. It's like my grandmother can technically drink wine at this hour.
I was going to say I technically can't go to the fridge and get a beer.
You can't. Technically, you
can.
Jeff,
I'm
Jeff
37.
Glucker.
I can.
You
Adults.
can.
You can
Jeff
drink a beer
Glucker from
whenever.
Hooniverse is in the building.
What's up?
And Thaddeus Brown returns from Dubizzle.
Yay.
Zach, can we tilt that camera down a little bit?
It was down, but
was?
our DP adjusted it.
Adjusted it up? All right. All right. Well, here we are. Welcome. Hi. Hi, everybody. How are you? There you go. Adjust your own shot. I don't want to be in... If you do that, I'm in every shot. I don't want to be in every
Matt
shot.
Farah everywhere, all the time. Watching, knowing.
Stop!
That's no good.
No, they fucking with the... Everyone's... Now they're just... We're playing with all the angles. And now...
I have to disregard it. It's been so long.
After setting up this shots. Are all the shots okay now? Did you fuck
No.
all up? Hello.
They're fine.
The DP has returned.
Is that were you sick this weekend?
It's been so dry and windy that it's just been a fucking nightmare.
Between the fires and the wind, I literally, Zach, me, Hannah,
Yep.
Nino, everybody I know has been sick.
My
I
daughter
was sick all
had to go to
weekend.
the doctor today. She has a mild ear infection, and we get on a plane tomorrow.
Oh, lovely.
Ooh.
How old
She's
is
pretty
she?
good, though. She's 2.5.
That's a bad combination, right?
I know, but we've downloaded a lot of Peppa Pig and other shows that you guys don't know about for her to
Hey,
watch. So
speak for yourself.
Listen, Peppa Pig is my favorite show. I mean, honestly.
The writings.
When I pull up Netflix, the recommended section, it's everything is pigs because
Peppa Pig. Yeah, you guys don't know
No
the
idea.
song, right? All right,
No
that's fine.
idea.
That's
All right.
fine.
I'm scared of children. Yeah, terrified of
Not
them.
as scared as they are of you.
Well,
No,
according to
Hannah's
Megan's law.
niece and nephew love me.
That's good.
Uncle Matt is the champ. They think because I make YouTube videos, like they look at me being on YouTube the way that I
you
look
know
at
PewDiePie?
Tom Cruise, being in Mission Impossible. Like, and I keep trying to tell them Cole is like he's 9, and he's like, I can't believe you have a YouTube channel, and I'm like,
geez.
you
You
can
could make
you can
one.
have a YouTube channel too.
Oh, he's going to start vlogging now. Oh, man.
Well, did you see I saw this
Very cute,
article,
though.
the number 6 top earning YouTuber this year? Kid's, I think, 11.
Yeah.
Or no, he's younger than that. He's like 6. He's younger than that. He earned $11 million. He's number 6.
Get
It's,
this.
it's
what?
like an unboxing kid, probably.
He's
right?
an unboxing
Yeah,
kid.
yeah. So you know this. I have a friend who is in an industry that is in charge of marketing toys, and I don't know who this friend is. It doesn't matter. But this friend authorized a payment of $125,000 to an 8-year-old for an unboxing a video
That's insane.
of a certain
It's fucking
toy,
crazy.
popular toy.
So-
$125,000 cash.
I
Payment
believe
To
done.
open a toy and
To
record it
open a
on your
toy
iPhone.
on fucking.
And I bet the 8-year-old doesn't even know what that is, that the parents are like, this is amazing.
I mean, do you want to? I don't think I'll get anybody in trouble. I mean, this is not illegal. I think,
Also, and we're not shitting on that kid either. By the way,
no, I'm
That's
jealous.
fucking-
That's
yeah,
hating.
it's
That's
amazing.
not shitting
Hating,
on. That's
yeah, right,
hating.
right.
We're hating. Pull, Zach, go to YouTube and type in
Thomas the Tank Engine unboxing.
Oh,
Jesus. And let's see how this investment came out for them.
So we were doing something at the.
Is it Jack
the Burj
Play?
Khalifa.
I have no idea what the channel is, but what do some of those view counts look like?
Oh,
7.4 million.
If you want to share that.
7.4 million, 2.1 million,
Yeah.
305,000. This is an adult,
actually,
by the way. Opening Engine Castle Quest set review.
There's one video my daughter likes to watch on YouTube, and some of the videos sometimes have insane view counts. One of them, it's like 2.5 billion views, and it's just nursery rhymes. So I'm like, can they monetize that? Because if they can't, that fucking sucks.
Oh, was there an ad play before it?
I don't even remember. But what would 2.5 billion views earn you if you could monetize that?
Great.
Well,
There's a lot
probably
of
$2.5 million. You would divide by 100. Really, I think.
So that's why I make like 30 cents on my videos.
well, there might be a lot of bot views. I read a weird kind of science political article, but it was like just about how YouTube's kind of being hijacked by bots, and it was taking the formula of kids shows that were already out there, and then there's like these farms that just make more of those shows, and they just steal clip art and Disney princesses, and they just have characters like move into frame with weird music, and they just remake
dance.
the same video all
Just
the time.
So it goes on like the autoplay
And kids
feature.
just sit there and watch it, but they all have hundreds of millions of views. It's a
That's
weird,
crazy.
and then like they'll slip in like a severed head and all this. It's
So
fucked up.
weird.
That's our conspiracy.
No, it's real.
No, it is.
It's very real.
A conspiracy yesterday. I found someone that was systematically re-uploading my videos.
Bastard.
Just like
It just grabs and puts up.
the channel was called like the Smoking Tire Unofficial Fan Club.
Oh,
and
that's a good way to get caught.
And it literally, I know. So a fan alerted me to this. Thank you. I forget your name, but thank you, sir, whoever alerted me. And I have a reporting mechanism now. But they had 60 videos.
Wow.
But 60 videos. The first one was uploaded 2 days ago. So they're uploading 30 videos a day off.
Because then they'll get caught and they'll do it again.
You
and-
should see. That should be a red flag, though.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, frankly, the number of views that these things had wasn't. It was like 12. It wasn't even worth my time to report it.
Right.
But it's the
I bet they do that with hundreds of channels, and it just auto
course.
down, up,
Yeah,
down,
yeah,
and make $5 on each one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reporting is pretty easy. Once you there's an email you can get where you don't have to actually fill out the form in YouTube.
Yeah.
You can just send an email to whatever it is at youtube.com, and if you include the same information, you can write it yourself, and a human reads it, which is genius.
So it happens quicker.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Don't worry.
Humans help.
Don't worry.
I realize this is probably
Nobody's
super interesting for
re-uploading
the
my
audience.
shit.
YouTube might be.
Actually, no. I have found videos. I have found re-uploaded videos. So
You definitely your videos get enough that it's worth someone's time to steal them.
yeah, person is. It's just there's nothing going on in their life.
Do you want to? Should we plug while you're here? 'Cause
Yes.
you got a new gig with Truck Central.
Yes.
Ooh.
So there's a new YouTube channel called Truck Central. It's about go-karts. No, it's about pickup trucks, all things truck. So the owner of the channel is going around and collecting a handful of YouTubers, and we're all going to be doing different things on the show. And I am going to be doing something on Tuesdays called Test Drive Tuesdays, where it's almost like a one-take style video with permission from
They did ask
Mr.
me,
Matthew.
and they do have my permission. I don't. They don't need my. A lot of people ask me permission, which is so nice. It's very nice that they. But I don't.
Well, you
I
took
don't
a
think
formula that is so simple, but you made it work so well.
I don't
So
own picture-in-picture. I do not own that format.
There's someone
You
at,
just have to
at,
move
like,
the corner
Sony
of the
television.
Unless you
picture.
call it, I guess I do own the one-take words, but
Yeah.
But if you don't, no,
I still
They
don't.
can license
I
it.
still don't run it straight through. I'm sure there's
You
somewhere
do cuts?
I do some cuts if I stumble over something. Yeah, no, I just because I want to make sure I get the information right. And I just shot my first one. I was on the first drive for the Infinity QX80, so I was like, oh, this is a good one.
Which one is that? Is that the
It's
Beluga
big
whale?
one.
It's
Yeah.
the Beluga whale.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
the
it still
Nissan
Beluga
Patrol of
whaley?
Dubai.
Yeah. What's that?
Is it still Beluga whaley?
Yeah, but it looks a little bit better. It's on the same chassis basically since 2003.
Is it still very small inside
No.
for its size outside? Because it used to be. I got in and
pretty
was
big.
like, what?
Second row captain's chairs are super nice.
I wanna see what the new- what's it,
It's a
18?
2018. The second row captain's
QX80.
chairs are nice. It's still the same 5.6, but it makes 400 horsepower, so that's nice. They redesigned the headlights a little bit, so they look good. I mean, it works
that
for
it?
what it is.
That's what we call a Nissan
No, that
Patrol.
one looks like it has the older headlights and the older side vent. So that's a 17. You need to find an 18.
Zach.
Oh, come on.
So
I'm trying to be.
the
this
third
is my
row
impression
seat,
of
it
Tim.
seems like there's room. It seems like there's room in the third row, but it was a good vehicle to try out the format.
They're
But
nice.
There's a couple times.
Is that it?
That looks like.
That is it. So the headlights look better. The vent is
I'll tell
a
you
little
what.
bit better.
You know what makes it look better? The Lexus LX 570.
Yeah. It also has
Lexus
something.
LX 570
It also has
is
something in
heinous looking,
common
but that is
with
better.
a McLaren. Believe it or not,
What's that?
What's that?
hydraulic anti-roll.
Oh,
No, that's probably
How's
awesome.
it drive?
Did they put that
Nice
in?
enough.
Did they tell that to you as they served you like ahi on top of
No,
a
they
cracker?
didn't say McLaren. They just said its own thing. I'm like,
Oh, okay.
In my head, I'm like, that's like McLaren.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Very good.
so Truck Central, I'll be doing video reviews for them in a one-take style. I think mine are going to run on Tuesdays. Other YouTubers are doing different stuff. So it's just a.
Who else? Do you know who else is doing other
There's
things?
2 dudes up on the channel right now. They're YouTubers I don't know, but they have way bigger followings than I do. Some dude who's like something ZL1. He has 2 ZL1s and then that Silverado. That's him right there. And then this other guy, Matt something. He has 2 Raptors, an obsessed garage.
It's
Why
2
would-
Raptors.
Yeah.
That whatever. By the way, whatever that Expedition is towing, that little trailer, it looked cool.
Oh, it's a type of Airstream.
Like it's a mini Airstream.
Yeah, it's a
that
mini
was
Airstream.
fucking cool.
With
I wonder if-
window wraps all the way around, so that looks kind of cool.
do they have a press one of those?
I would be shocked if they didn't.
Oh, we tried to get one of those for a drive shoot, and they had like one, and they wouldn't give it to us. It's small. It was smaller than we needed.
Yeah.
But it was real cool looking.
Yeah.
It looked
I'll pull it
that
up.
looked awesome. Yeah.
Everybody loves an Airstream.
that's one of the hosts right there. He's
looking
obsessed
truck.
garage. But so there's going to be a couple of us doing different truck things. Mine is pretty much just new trucks. So
Cool.
The F-150, I'll grab it and do it.
Fun gig.
Yeah. It's pretty easy, but it's also I'm trying to put a lot of information into a very basic video. Not high production, high information.
Yeah.
It should work in
Yeah,
an
that
access
trailer.
much.
Pull that picture up. That looks fun. I would totally grab that
Base camp.
for
Yeah.
for like a weekend with Hannah. That would be super fun. I
Yeah,
bet.
I wonder what it weighs. So if you could tow it with
Can
like
you find out what that weighs?
an SQ5.
So this is
Yeah.
an Airstream trailer that's like, it's like the size of like that's what are they pulling it behind?
that is an
Audi.
Audi. That is an
Audi.
Audi.
That's an Audi wagon.
It's probably cute.
I bet
Looks like a Q5.
It's like the
Yeah.
size of one of those like pop-up campers, but it's a full shape and it's got
Specs.
that wraparound.
Yeah, the
window.
wraparound's cool.
You can save $1,000 on it.
Is there an interior picture of that? That looks awesome.
Features?
In America, like all of the campers are
look,
huge,
Grand Cherokee
but in
was talking
Europe,
right
that's
there, so-
that's like the size of every camper.
Trackhawk would pull it.
It's bouncing behind it. Ding, 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 ding.
That's pretty cool, man. I like that.
I mean, it's definitely just like a weekend warrior deal, but that's perfect.
Like, I don't want to own one, but I would
Right.
definitely want to rent one for a weekend and pull it behind my Focus RS.
How much are those things?
Probably a lot.
Probably a
20
lot more
Gs.
than you think. But
oh, I'd go way more than that. It's
Really?
Airstream is crazy.
dude, you should.
I wouldn't be
do-
surprised if that's like 60.
Is
Oh my
someone
God, that's
covering
absurd.
RVs on Truck Central? That would be fun. That'd be a fun gig.
So I slept last night.
I have
RVs.
borrowed an RV to camp. I went to the campgrounds just in like northern Malibu near the beach, and it arrived super late, and then we blew out one of the windows by accident. So they don't tell you. So it's a big aluminum skin. I had like the 30-footer, the big dog. Big aluminum skin with rubber seals for the windows, and if it gets warm out, those seals can stick. They're supposed to warn you about that. So I'm trying to open. It was actually my buddy, him and his wife camped in a tent next to us in the Airstream. He was trying to crack that window. I said I did it so that I would take the hit for it.
Yeah.
I'm opening one on the one side. I hear behind me. And I start laughing before I turn around. So I'm like, he just blew out the window on this fucking Airstream. And his face, he's white as a ghost. He's like, I have pictures of it. I wrote about it. I didn't do a video. I wrote about it. I have a picture of there's a piece of the glass that's stuck together because a sticker on it warns against opening it in the heat. And the PR people felt bad because the trailer was so late getting there. It almost didn't get allowed into the park. I'm like, I broke your window. I'm sorry. What does the window cost? They're like, don't worry about it. It happens all the time. It's like, all right, cool.
These are 35 grand and they're 16
All right.
feet long.
Is
So
that- is that-
closer to what you thought?
Is that
about a
picture,
Polaris price.
Is that the front? What it looks like out the front?
Yeah.
That's
cool,
amazing.
yeah.
Can you full screen that? That is like a beautiful panoramic view while you're doing dishes in your tiny little Airstream,
How
Or you're
tall do
doing
you
each
think it
other.
is?
or each other,
against
or
the cabinetry?
look at that. That is lovely.
Tea's ready. Welcome to America.
That's a great place because it has an air conditioning too. Like anywhere with mosquitoes.
That's lovely.
That was the other thing that
Warm.
sucked about our
Were they eating
AC
sushi?
didn't work.
Yeah.
I picture they were eating sushi in the middle of the woods.
Well, they're millennials. That's what millennials do. They take the $35,000 camper into the woods because
That's
every
where they have
millennial
to
can
live.
afford that. Yeah.
This model looks like he showed up and they're like, and you're gonna have sushi and cheese, and he was like, great. Yeah, thanks.
Sushi and cheese. That's a terrible
Sure, it had nothing to
combination.
do with the casting, right?
Right,
You
exactly.
assholes?
Oh,
Yeah.
she's Frenchish, and I'm
Cool.
okay.
And she's
I
opening
understand.
champagne? Yeah,
I
this
know when
isn't-
I camp, I like to bring raw fish and totally trust. I mean, unless they're trying to.
Do you want me to drive my Civic to the shoot, you assholes?
That's so
That's
funny.
That's a nice price though. 35 depends on how tall it is.
What would you pay per day to rent that?
Probably $100.
I'd pay $100 and then
Maybe more.
no, it'd probably be
It'd be
more.
more.
I bet it would be like
I was
$3.50
gonna
a
guess
day plus $1 a mile.
There's those Airbnb Airstreams in Malibu that are
Timmy just did one of those.
yeah.
Timmy
They're
was
affordable, too,
Yeah,
I
he
think.
just did it with a chick and said it was great.
Yeah, I bet it feels like you're on vacation despite never leaving.
Right.
It was pretty.
The
He said it
wheels
was
are
awesome,
rusted
yeah.
on those ones. It's like having a train for a
Yeah.
restaurant.
They're about 9
Stevie
feet
Nicks
tall.
has like a super pimp Airstream in Paradise Cove in Malibu.
Is it right next to
Ask me how I know
McConaughey's?
that.
Does
he
he
have one up
still
there?
have his Airstream? He used to bring it to different movie sets.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Oh,
he
really?
wouldn't fly. He would just show up at the movie set with his Airstream, get naked, and start rocking the bongos.
Did you see
That
that,
was his
fucking?
jam.
I got all the porn up on the wall that I like. You know, it's all set in a certain way, so I don't want
spackled.
to put it on the rider and ask them to do it for me.
I'll
I just,
spackle the inside of this thing.
spackle the inside. You know
Did
what
you
I'm saying?
see
That's
that
right.
documentary Jim and Andy? About,
I did.
Not
No.
yet.
So I mean, it's Jim Andy like method.
Yeah, yeah.
Jim Carrey like method acting to an insane degree about
And
you know,
Tony Clifton.
and Tony Clifton.
Oh, brilliant.
But did you notice his trailer that they were in?
No.
Jim Carrey was in like a fully period
Oh, was it?
trailer.
Okay.
Like everyone else had like what was the movie late 90s 2002.
Well, he
it?
was also Jim had a trailer, but I think Andy had a trailer, and he didn't use his own. Like they paid for him to have a trailer.
Oh,
and he
yeah,
mostly
yeah.
spent in Andy's trailer.
Yeah. The Andy's trailer was the period
okay.
correct trailer, and
cool.
like it was. They showed the
Right.
back lot because there's all this like
The
there's this
accountant
one-
disagrees that it was cool. The accountant is going to disagree with you.
True.
So that documentary was cool, and I think his performance was amazing. And you need someone like him to do it right for a character like Andy Kaufman. But it was also at the same time, you're like, this is pretentious and self-serving as fuck.
I think if Daniel Day-Lewis executes that formula perfectly. Jim Carrey went to a 12 and
Yeah.
probably didn't need to.
Yeah, but
Like
but the movie was amazing.
Is it Milos? It's Milos Forman,
Yeah.
right? Milos Forman in this documentary is like, please,
Yeah.
can I please just talk to Jim for like a minute, like please, and Jim Carrey as Tony Clifton's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I read an interesting story about Jared Leto when he got the role for Dallas Buyers Club. Did you guys see that? It's Matthew McConaughey's in it, and
He
it's
went
all
and got
about like
AIDS.
it's like he's in Dallas and AIDS is becoming a thing, and he helps people out and
Like get illegal
No,
AIDS
McConaughey's
medication.
yeah,
the one with the
exactly.
medication.
And Matthew gets it, and then Jared Leto plays like a transgender woman who's also has it. And when he read the script, he just dressed as a woman and sent a video and like Skype called the director and just started doing this character. The director said he never talked to Jared as Jared until like months after the movie had released. Like he would show up as a chick
Yeah.
and hit on him and just like fuck with everybody. This is like method the
Crazy.
entire time.
I mean, the movie was good. McConaughey and Jared Leto were awesome in it, but yeah, sometimes like
Strange.
everybody on the Suicide Squad set says like he was a fucking nightmare.
yeah. And that movie also was not good.
It's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the other problem. If the movie isn't incredible after, like, what a piece of shit you are.
Well, think about how much downtime there is making a movie. Like you do 4 or
Yeah.
5 shots a day, they move in lights all the
Yeah.
time. Like you spend more time with this asshole being an asshole.
Yeah, 80%
than
of
actually
being on
filming.
television is standing the fuck
But
around.
the fact that he
Yeah.
went and did when he went full method on the Tony Clifton side, like, all right, now we're fucking pushing it, man. Because Tony Clifton's a piece of shit
Yeah.
as a character. But the best part of that, one of the best parts of that documentary was it was around the time they were shooting, and Hef was throwing a big party at the mansion, and so the rumor was that the cast was coming and Jim was coming as Tony Clifton. And they actually sent one of Andy Kaufman's old
They sent
friends.
Bob Zamuda
Yeah, they sent
as
Bob
Tony
Zamuda as Tony Clifton.
Right.
And they're like, and who is it?
Hefner, like
well,
everybody.
Andy Dick was like, if that's Jim Carrey, I fucking hate him because he was blown away. And then Jim, to fuck with everybody, showed up later
as himself,
just to say like, oh no, that's not me.
It's great.
Yeah.
It's
And
awesome.
they all got kicked out. Or like, no, they kicked Zaboot out. They didn't kick Jim out.
bullshit. Didn't kick him out.
Yeah, but Jim Carrey, like in that documentary, he clearly enjoyed the fuck out of the freedom of a Tony Clifton character, and I could see how that could be fun.
Yeah,
Dude, that's what Halloween, like Radwood, like you put on a costume and you can be like, I'm this person and I can get away with whatever.
Like not the guy who brought 2 kilos of sugar through the fucking airport.
I applaud him.
amazing.
I applaud
Really
him for
cool.
sticking to detail.
Tell Thad this story.
So there's a guy, Richard Chen is his name.
Is that
I believe.
okay?
I think
Yeah.
that's his name. He was so amped for Radwood. He
Right.
dressed as like an 80s Japanese businessman, suspenders, the Christian Bale type outfit from American Psycho.
Okay.
Full on. He had the Halliburton Zero briefcase, which is, I guess is the same briefcase they use for like the nuclear codes. Like, there's something about that specific style of briefcase.
Yeah.
So he got the right briefcase. He put a period big phone in it. He
Brilliant.
put prop money, and then he put 2 big bags of sugar. And he went through TSA.
Went through a
with it.
fucking airport.
And he explained it to them, and they checked it all out,
Did
and they let him go.
Test it?
They did something to it.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome if one of them was
swab
like,
it.
There's no crime in bringing sugar,
That's
but like
true. It's just strange.
it's like
because you could get that here. We
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
sugar in Orange County.
yeah.
but on the center, the core, it's not
And
sugar
so
anymore.
Jalopnik wrote an article about how awesome it was, and I agree because like he went for it, and it's fucking funny. Like that's just
Great
funny.
story.
It
and
is
the
extremely funny.
Jalopnik
It was
commenters
crazy,
were
though.
like, "This guy's a fucking idiot. This is why we have travel problems in this country." But it's like,
No, it is not why
you
we
guys
have
are a bunch of
travel
humorless dicks.
Yeah.
a guy carrying sugar around is
Right.
not why we have
Guy
travel
going to an
problems.
80s
It's literally
and 90s
not
themed
why we
car
have
show.
travel
Right,
problems.
No, it's
No.
not. I applaud.
Oh, wait, were the guys in 9/11 carrying sugar?
they were
okay.
diabetic. It's very
That's
dangerous.
Sniff this, you motherfuckers!
No sprenda.
Now do a loop. I dare you. Okay. Sure thing.
No, that was gangster as fuck, but
It was.
it's hard.
That was a
I
good
mean,
show.
That's
It
Real
was
funny.
completely unnecessary.
Totally unnecessary. Like I get the argument of
not
like
like-
you could have just hit a fucking Stop and Shop
Yeah.
on the way to the show.
It's like, well, I already had the sugar, so
because it's so expensive.
exactly.
First you
That's
get
crazy.
the women, then you get the
There's
sugar,
a lot of funny stories that came out of that silly car
then
show.
you get the power.
No, it's the second one, yeah. For that,
That was the second one.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it was
they
gonna
have
be
big
great.
plans. I'm sure you've talked about it on the show, but they're already
So much.
I know. But they're doing the one at the Lemons event next year.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's coinciding with the Lemons event. There's the ultimate plan I know of is that they're going to find a venue to also eventually incorporate a hill climb aspect, just like Goodwood,
God.
which
Oh
would be
my God.
because that's when you start getting people
So
interested with like
boss.
race cars,
Yeah.
and fucking 959s and F40s.
There was some quick shit there already.
Right.
You know, mostly
Yeah.
like
Skylines.
Skylines. Yeah, a lot of those.
I love the dude who had the Fast and Furious Eclipse.
That was
fucking
great.
awesome.
The key is Nevada. I mean, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you could do Nevada.
There's less laws.
Right.
California, it's really hard to do anything like that.
Right.
The hill climb I did up there was awesome.
Oh yeah, Thad did the Virginia
Right.
City hill climb
Awesome, great,
in the Fiesta ST.
crushed people.
Yeah, didn't you finish like really well?
Yeah, I did more. I beat more than half the field.
That's crazy. Like lift in the Fiesta.
Oh,
that thing.
nowhere. It's great.
What year was it? 2015, maybe?
15, I think, yeah.
2015.
Before you left us, you son of a bitch.
know.
I got to drive the 911 GTS on that road as well, and I
Brilliant.
But that's
could you imagine being
car?
close?
it was great. Yeah, and I did it with Silos. Me and Silos Lago had a fucking nice rear wheel a 4S GTS
You got to find
Wait.
overall.
Herrera 4
Where's
GTS manual
Nice.
with center locks and ceramics, and it
Center
was
locks?
great.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was lovely.
That
car.
center lock seems like a pain in the ass for a street car. Because where do you keep the
And it-
6 foot long?
Yeah, when it's a press car though, it's
Oh, I'm
the
sorry.
best.
Are you not a race car driver? Do you not want to
the
win?
wrench? You don't want the big wrench?
yeah,
It's a
but
good
like, how do you
excuse for
change
having
a
a real
tire on the
weapon.
side of the road?
With the wrench.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
It's one wrench,
It's giant though.
but it's
Does
in
it
your
fit
car.
It fits in the
All
car.
right. Yeah,
All right,
of
it
course.
fits in the car. I
It
thought it was
comes
like
in the car.
legit, like you have to mount it on the garage wall at home.
No, it comes in the car.
with Porsche design fucking hooks to mount it to the wall that are $7,000.
It means you can't take your 911 to
The golf course.
Costco to change the tire, but you shouldn't do that anyway.
There are a bunch of things people get on their car that are good for resale, but fucking stupid for the street. Like center locks aren't stupid for the street, but I know ceramics have gotten so much better where it's not every time I stop, but still it's still so overkill for the average car. Like the F-Type. The F-Type SVR is such a good car at a good price point relative to the competition. And even if you add the ceramics, it's still okay, but you leave the ceramics off, and instead of a $120,000 car, it's like $108 or something.
I've never driven an SVR that didn't have them, so I couldn't.
But I think
tell
you can get them without them, though. I'm like 90% sure.
I think most cars,
the
most
best
most
money
price cars that
ever
come
is
with
a
them,
used F-Type. Like a 2015 F-Type V8S is like a 550 horsepower. They're like 45 grand.
Yeah.
Like they're. I'm starting to see like up in the canyons and shit, like 25-year-olds in 2014 and 2015 F-Type V8s.
F-Type.
Yeah, they're 40 grand. They're this one guy showed up last week or 2 weeks ago with a V6S convertible. Like blue over tan, lovely, classic looking car. He said he paid $36,000 for the thing. I was like, what?
That's fucking awesome.
That's a deal.
What is so you've run the canyons for years now. What is the weirdest thing you've ever seen being fucking pushed to the limit in the canyons? Because I know just some dude caning the shit out of somebody. Like, what?
I saw a package van, like like it wasn't a box truck, but it was like a high top Sprinter or like one of those like a DHL guy, fucking mobbing. Straight mobbing. We've seen snowplows
The
going
UPS
real
guy
fast.
whips.
UPS guys.
Yeah, UPS guys in the hills whip. Have you ever seen the kid who runs the Jeep Wrangler? It's either a Jeep Wrangler or a CJ7. It might be a square light Wrangler. Like beat to shit
bro.
with like a Corbeau racing seat.
No.
And you're just like, you hear this thing squilling, and he is working the shit out of it. And when
Is it low or anything, or is it?
I don't think it's really lowered, but he comes there and he pulls into the stop at the top, and the rear brakes caught on fire. I'm like, this guy is amazing.
I see
this guy
a
is
lot
amazing.
of like when I go film, where I would be like, I go film either just before commuting time or just after commuting time, usually just before. And so I'll see the people that like to commute over the hill, in like, little front wheel drive like Golfs and like sit like I see these like
Taking the long
these
way to
Mexican
work.
dudes like really pushing these old school Civics, and having a really good time in like old beater Integras and stuff going over the hill. Yeah, I see a lot of that.
I actually drove. Do you remember in the press fleet for a while out here, Nissan had the New York taxi Nissan NV. I drove that from here to the track over Angeles Crest, and that they probably smelled the brakes, 2 miles outside of Lancaster. But I was laughing the whole time. It was fucking great because I was going opposite incoming morning traffic, going to work, so there was no one in front of me.
Brilliant.
The nuttiest thing I ever saw was when we were in New Zealand. We were on the side of the road on, the twisty highway, 2-lane, like a Malibu Canyon, and a semi truck just came at the speed limit and made the turn at the speed limit and just tight turn, and just disappeared into the distance. And it was like, it's an 18-wheeler, and it just. I was like, whoa, this guy drives the road a lot.
Yeah, we saw a couple crazy truck drivers in New Zealand because all the roads there are like our canyons.
He has like Highway to Hell blasting. He's methed out of his head. Like, just got to make it to Christchurch.
That's some good advice for anyone road tripping New Zealand. I know the regular car reviews guys are going to hang out with our automation friends.
Oh, really?
Makes sense.
Yes.
They're gonna have
Of course
fun.
it makes sense. Yeah. They are going to have the most hilarious time down there. My advice for regular car reviews guys is that just because it's the Google Maps fallacy there. Yeah. Here in America, it does Google Maps based on the speed limit, right? So if it calculates that, and most people can like achieve or beat that time. It uses that same algorithm in New Zealand, but in New Zealand they calculate speed limits differently. Here it's like the speed limit is like the speed.
It changes according to the road.
There it's really the maximum the speed limit might be 100K, but you can really only do 40K on this road because it's ridiculously tight. Mm-hmm. Like their limit isn't there to bust you.
But they're tight on speeding over there, I've heard. At least, but my brother went there for his honeymoon, and he got pulled over, and the cops told him he was 1K away from being at the amount where they would have impounded his rental car.
Really?
It's like 20K over or something like that. He was like 19K.
I think I remember that they
didn't
were
see
very
anybody.
strict in the towns,
Okay.
and outside of the
didn't
towns
see
there was
anybody.
nothing.
We saw 2 cop cars the whole trip.
Yeah,
In the
Yeah.
first town we went to.
yeah.
Don't you love trips like that? I
the
did
best.
one years ago. I was in Scotland, and I was driving Aston Martins, and
Not bad.
I did not see. And it was. They said it's the 2 days a year there. It's sunny, so we had good weather. The entire group at one point, I think 6 cars. I think we were all cruising at 140. I saw no cops. It was fucking amazing. I get there, the videographer for Aston Martin says, "Hey mate, if I hit this button on the nav, I can see your top speed." I go, "Does it say 147?" He goes, "It does actually." I go, "Was that the highest?" He goes, "No," and he names the PR guy. He hit 152. I was like, "Oh well, shit, then I'm fine." I went slower than the PR guy.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That's the only thing that
That was
counts.
a good trip.
Yeah.
So, did you enjoy Scotland though?
Yes, it was fucking amazing.
We were talking about buying in on a barrel of whiskey up there.
Where they like age it for you.
Yeah.
and- I've heard of
You
that.
can go
Yeah.
visit it. It's like $3,000.
well, so here's what
Can
I think. What
can
you do
I,
is
You want in?
Can I fuck it?
No,
Yes.
you can get fucked up.
No,
in
I do.
The
I
section.
do want in.
you buy into a barrel,
Right.
and then you buy into a wheel of cheese the size of like a
table.
BF Goodrich,
The one
and
they
then,
roll down the hill.
Yeah, and then you
Parmesan
buy
level.
into a prosciutto leg.
This sounds like an amazing trip.
And then you sell a TV show where you just go
And
collect
eat
all
all
your
Visit your caves of food.
Drive a cool escort to go
Yeah.
get them all.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. And afterwards, I want to be able to claim the barrel to brew beer in it.
Yes.
So now we're talking.
Gee.
But
Ish.
like this barrel may potentially last 20 years.
Right.
So I mean that's.
Or it might last 20 days.
But
Yeah.
here's what I was telling you because you enjoy this.
crazy nights.
Because you enjoy the
Happy
you enjoy a little
Hanukkah.
bit of the drink there, Mr. Glucker. So you just go and visit it. Like you say, hey buddies, we're gonna go to Scotland and drink our whiskey, and you visit
Can you
it like
drink
every.
it at a time?
yeah,
Well,
you can go like
yeah.
It's not like a one-shot deal. Like, all right,
no,
the
no.
rest is ours if you don't take it
No, but
home.
you decide. I think the point is that you go as it ages and you sample
that's-
it,
yeah,
and
that's
then you
okay.
decide when it is done, and then you take the
Then
rest,
so-
right?
okay.
The cool thing is,
Isn't that how it works? Yeah.
If you get to a certain point, it becomes like a valuable whiskey. They can buy it off of you.
Oh, for
So
like
you
fair
could go
market
your
value.
$3,000 a barrel could end up being worth $15,000-$20,000 in 5 years.
So this is way more
It's
fun
better than
Bitcoin.
Yeah, fuck Bitcoin.
It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down.
We're investing in whiskey.
We're over here like, who gives a shit? It's scotch. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
That's
you
why
drink
It's not
it.
good
Don't
enough to
buy
buy. It's good enough to
Bitcoin.
drink.
Buy
Right.
911s and scotch,
Right.
And then there you go.
But I'm telling, it should be fun.
Yeah. No, send me the info.
I requested
Have your
some
people
details.
send it to my people, which means you email me.
Well, the good thing is I have a Scottish friend that like is buying a house outside of Edinburgh, whatever. So
Awesome.
Have
Pimp.
like a place to go. And the comedy festival's supposed to be dope too.
Oh yeah, I watched
Yeah.
the Hannibal Buress
Yeah.
thing there. It seems fun.
Yeah.
Oh, that's real fun.
Yeah, I would love to travel with those comedy festivals.
It would be tough to understand a Scottish
I was going to
comic,
say.
though.
That's
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you take a break
Oh, yeah.
and get food because
Right.
nothing.
I think it's pretty international though.
Yeah, okay, good.
Oh, no, he's just, but when the Scottish comedian gets
Right.
up and it's just like,
Hey, it's
right,
Teddy.
no, it's not,
What?
it's not, it's right.
No, she
You know,
says this, and we
right.
go this, and you don't do that, laddie.
I saw a comic in South Africa, which was interesting.
Bro, hey, bro. I just
Doing-
think of Leonardo DiCaprio's
watched it
accent.
again,
in
yeah.
I don't remember. Blood Diamond,
Hey,
is that the
bro.
name of the
Yeah.
movie?
Yeah,
Hey, bro, did you see that guy with
The
the no
government
legs? He's
check.
fucked
The
again, mate.
government check.
Yeah.
pretty good.
Let
John.
go of my
Have you-
jacket. No. There was a Will Smith has a clip on YouTube where he talks about doing a Nigerian accent, and it was actually he does when you listen to him do that, it was pretty good. But he gets
Bet.
feedback on it. You fall down these rabbit holes of YouTube where you're like,
Love it.
I'm going to watch this thing about comedy. How the fuck did I end up here at a child's unboxing video that has 9,000 million?
Recommended for you.
Just really like
Recommended for
Thomas
you.
the Tank Engine.
Yeah. I do have weird recommendations though because my daughter will watch Mickey Mouse and Peppa Pig and all this shit, and then car stuff, and
That means she gets weird recommendations too if she uses it after you do.
she doesn't 'cause she's 2.5, so we're good there.
You watch Grand Tour?
I watched the first one.
I watched the first two.
I got to
too.
watch the second one.
Yeah,
Well.
it's not bad. Kind of over it.
It's
though.
still beautiful. It's
yeah,
still
nice
beautiful.
shot, but
I skip over the celebrity parts all the time. I'm like, okay, I just
Yeah.
want to see I'm just like, zip.
I like
The idea.
the celebrity driving thing is
Yeah.
good because, and I'm glad they acknowledged that they got rid of the celebrity dying because you all hated it. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
good, thank
good.
you.
That's the right way to
very,
do it.
Very
Yeah,
true.
That's the right way to do it. I And I think I read something by JF that said this wasn't supposed to be the first episode, but because of the accident, they made this the first episode of the
sure,
season.
That was
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah. And it was kind of.
Although-
the best part
That
was at the
Eco
end.
Hotel thing was dumb.
The Eco Hotel
Sorry,
thing was
I stepped on
it
you.
dragged on. Clarkson made a good point of it. You're not a professional because you didn't crash near where we had cameras, so we had to use a YouTube video, which was pretty funny. But I'm curious to see the top episodes of the season. I'm sure they'll be good.
I'm sure there's some good stuff in
Yeah,
there.
exactly.
I saw the trailer looked cool. I'm
Yeah.
going to keep watching it. Why not?
I didn't really watch the first season. I just you're too busy doing your own shit, and you're making car videos. Everyone at this table is making something with cars, so we're like, your
fine.
head's down.
It's like if you said, I didn't watch the first Superman they made back in the 70s, but I watched the new one. Yeah, that's the thing to do.
We don't watch stuff on the internet anymore. We're jaded. We drive things though. We get to do it for real.
Right.
Real life
Right.
is good.
Yeah, you watch somebody. If somebody else has a car you haven't had yet, you're still like, how the fuck did he get that car?
I know.
But we don't have Thomas the Tank Engine access all the time, so
No.
we watch that shit.
Or-
But you know
or the
what though?
checks.
Let me. A real thing did happen. So I finally got my Focus
Yes.
back from Mountoon.
Park next to it outside.
So I hadn't driven it in 3 months. The suspension, the stock suspension was just
It's not good.
not good. And so I was very frustrated with it. I bought the SL, was loving that, and then I got this 911. So I've been driving all that stuff, and it's been sitting at Mountoon because they were developing with KW a dynamic coilover setup. And
So
it's,
can you adjust it with a button or?
it is
Or just continually-
directly into the factory settings. So you still have your normal drive modes, and everything is as factory. No line. You can pull up what Zach is doing. That pulling up what they look like. There they are.
Do you get an app to change it?
No. It's just done right through the Ford thing. It doesn't. I mean, I'm sure there's a way to program them in a more advanced way, and also DSC is coming out with a controller. Very excited about, but and when DSC comes out with a controller, it's gonna be the most gangster shit ever.
You can control with an app, apparently.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Oh well,
Let's
they didn't
ruin
tell
some
me that.
settings.
Cool.
All right, well, we're gonna have to get the app, and we can start. Is
there
are
a
you
button
sure
for
that
stance?
you can for the Focus RS though?
I don't. It just says KWDDC ECU.
I
and
don't.
then
I
there's,
would look up. Are you sure that you've
gotta
got the
log
one for
into
the
your
Focus
shop
RS
to
there?
Wi-Fi
Maybe it's the
network.
plug and play one.
No.
I'm just at KW suspension /DDC, so I don't know if it's for Focus.
Go, yeah. I think the Focus one is slightly different from the other ones because of how it interacts with the car's ECU. I think there is a specific setup. Anyway, you want to know how the car rides?
Perfect.
Fucking awesome! They fixed it. It rides amazing. Like I think it rides maybe like better than an M3 now.
Okay.
It's beautiful. I mean, these things are really
Just
expensive.
stamped perfectly.
Dude. I think these things are like $4,000. They're expensive, and I didn't have to pay for them. Like they were, and thank you, by the way, KW. And the reason I didn't drive the car for 3 months was they originally sent it with a lowering spring on it, and I was sort of like, guys, like I'm 36.
Right.
We live in Los Angeles too.
Well, that was really it. I was like, these angles and stuff that we have here, like I can't be just bottoming out everywhere. So they sent. It took them a while to get the correct height spring from Germany, but now I have the correct height spring, and it's the best.
Sweet.
So excited. And then Mountoon put their new exhaust on the car, which is really, really nice sounding.
Yeah.
It's more aggressive than the MagnaFlow exhaust I had before. MagnaFlow exhaust, like it was a fine quality piece of hardware. It just wasn't much louder than the stock exhaust, and this one has more of a rasp to it.
Okay.
It's very nice. And so thanks for that. And I'm gonna make a video. Don't worry, there's a video coming of the car.
Have you discussed the ECU handbrake for your RS?
Oh my god!
Oh.
Yeah, have you seen this thing?
No. It just
It was,
tells- it
this
like-
was a secret release thing that
It's a
popped.
fucking.
Wasn't
It's
that
a
secret,
video
though? It was
game
on-
controller handbrake
so it
for your.
electronically tells.
No, it's not a. It's not a video game controller. It's
No,
a,
but
it's fucking real.
Plug
It's a
and
real
play.
handbrake,
It's just
right?
it goes into your ECU, so there's
'Cause
no
everything's-
mechanical.
right.
So it locks the rear
yeah.
diff.
It's a
and
video game
applies the
controller.
brakes.
It's a video game controller handbrake. For
But it's
your-
like
Well, because
weighted,
everything
I
now is
think.
like brake by wire, throttle by wire.
Yeah.
So,
How did you miss this, Mr. Glucker?
Wow.
yeah,
I don't care
it's-
about cars anymore.
No, I glossed over this. I looked at it and immediately thought it was stupid, and then continued about my life.
Would
but
be
if we
would be
wanna-
fun.
and it's called Drift Stick.
That's
I
a
mean,
terrible
for
name.
fuck's sake.
Wow. So it's from Ford directly. So it's warranted and everything.
Yeah, this is.
It's
Well, I don't know
$1,000
about that.
They
$1,000?
made it.
Jesus.
I mean, it'll be interesting
because drift mode on its own is it's a little hokey. Have you ever even used yours?
I have. Yes, I used it. I prefer. I went to thermal to run some laps and get a time and stuff, and I did some laps in track mode, and then I did some laps in drift mode, and I preferred how it drove in drift mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
But to use it in an area where
I
you
didn't
just
go
want to do
around in circles,
Right. So
no.
when I did it, I just did donuts for a camera, and it never seems to be consistent. Where like rear wheel drive car, like throttle on, turn steering wheel, it doesn't do that.
Yeah, no, I
much.
don't get. If I wanted to drift a car, the car has to be like rear wheel drive,
Throttle on oversteer.
Yeah. But when I was running laps at thermal, I was able to get it to oversteer coming out of corners, which I thought was awesome.
And in spaces where it would feel like it should do it.
Hell yeah. On corner exit, I could get oversteer. Right. It was fucking great. I think the car on a racetrack is a ton. I can't wait. We're going back in January to thermal.
Subaru?
Subaru? I'm going to that. Are you going to that?
I am going to that.
I'm going to that.
I have to drive. I did it as a favor to Subaru. I have to pick up Jason Fensky in Laguna Beach.
Really?
And drive him out there.
Oh, well, Jason's a nice guy.
Jason's awesome.
It's fine.
Jason's
Couldn't ask for a
awesome,
better passenger. But, that's the WRX STI Type RA.
Ooh.
And the BRZ
Sporty.
Type S.
Oh, right.
ST?
I don't think it's not STI, but it's like SI or ST or.
Actually, I'm writing it for Road and Track.
Oh, good for
Got
you.
a new gig.
Nice.
I got a writing gig, which I'm happy about. Travis
Sweet.
Sikulski putting a little confidence in the old boy here.
I've never driven thermal. I've heard
it's fun.
I've heard it's okay. I've heard you can go fast.
In STIs and BRZs, it will be great.
Okay.
It's the perfect size track for that car.
Right.
In a Hellcat, it's not enough track.
Yeah.
The walls are close.
There's no elevation either, right?
There's a little bit.
Is there?
Yeah, a little
Okay.
bit. I mean, there's hills. There's elevation in the same way there's elevation at
Spring Mountain.
Spring Mountain.
Okay.
Button Willow. More
All
than
right.
Spring Mountain.
So,
it's not a lot.
2 mounds.
There's little hills. There's some
undulation.
overcrest and there's some dip,
Yeah.
but there's no big hills. No. It is fun though. The surface is really nice. And the ambiance and the services like when I went out there, it's fucking baller. Like
right.
you pull up to the track and like 3 dudes come out. One guy straps a little transponder on your car. One guy cleans your window for you.
Bitchin'.
Another guy applies a little thing with a number on it on your window.
So it's like super high end golf course.
Yeah.
Like if you ever
It's
been
so
fortunate to play a really nice golf course,
Yeah.
they'll wash your car while you're playing.
Yeah.
They'll not just give you a plastic tag with like the fucking fake lettering on it. They'll like make you a metal bag tag while you're playing. Like there's some crazy shit they do at high end golf courses.
Yeah, they really clean all your clubs like super, super well.
They've never been that clean before.
Yeah. It's like that, and that's pretty.
They basically put Chuck Walla out of business for
Chuck Walla
is far.
It's just in the middle of nowhere, and they don't have any facilities.
Yeah, so like
They're
if you're going to
building
do a
stuff.
press launch,
Are they building
They have
stuff?
these cabins now you can rent to
Really?
stay there. And when we were there, remember in August they were building like the paddock. It was finally
Yeah.
getting built out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what
Fucking
Chuck
chicken
Walla
wing.
wants to be. Like I think it's a great. I love the track.
great
Like, I love
track.
the shape
Awesome
of
track.
it.
So
it's
fun.
kind of cool. It's out in the middle of nowhere, but I don't know if they want to be a country club or not. There's a lot of these country clubs popping up between us and Arizona. There's 2 new ones in Arizona. Remember we went to Tempe to that shitty track? It's all nice
Motorsports
now
Ranch.
and all
really?
fancy and
that
expensive.
was a fun little track too, though.
It was so far in the middle of nowhere. The road signs were in Spanish and kilometers, bro. It was like in Mexico.
But it was like that thing had some elevation game, lots of ups and downs.
There's one I'm
and-
dying to drive on the East
That's a
Coast
nice
in
town.
New Hampshire. It was my best friend back east. His dad was a major investor in this one that was fighting the town for years, then finally got approved, and they built it kind of in the side of a mountain in New Hampshire.
Oh wait, what's it called? I know it. I know this
I
place.
think they did
I've seen photos
a
of this.
Jeep launch there. Or
Yeah, they
something.
just did the track hawk there,
Yeah,
right?
I think that's what it was.
Just look up New Hampshire, private racetrack or something like
But
that.
so my friend's father passed away this year, and I went to the funeral, and the guy who's like the head guy at this track, I met him, I started talking to him. He's like, anytime you want to come out, just let me know, and blah blah blah. So I'm really
I
looking
forget
forward
what
to
this
it.
track is
Snow
called.
Yeah, it's Club Motorsport.
Club Motorsport.
Oh yeah.
We drove. We did a video at Palmer in
I hear good
Massachusetts.
things about
That's so
Palmer.
pretty.
Palmer's real crazy. It looks like that. Oh, that looks beautiful. It looks like
look at
that. They
that.
build it on
yeah.
the side of a mountain.
So I was real jealous when Camisa was
That's
still
lovely.
at Motor Trend. So I wanted to do stories at this track for years, like when it was still just dirt.
Yeah.
And then I see a video of Camisa there, first person to drive it in an Huracan or something. Like, motherfucker. I was like, oh, you thought nobody knew about
look,
that.
there,
Yeah,
there it is.
Hey Jeff, this could have been you.
see? Right.
You can be prominently featured
I wanted
here.
to do a story of like an aerial nomad in the snow there and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I tried to do that a couple times before. I tried to do that at the Carson Porsche track. I was like, yo, let me mob it in a Macan Turbo while it's dirt. And they're like, do you know how many millions of dollars it takes to make that dirt like perfect? Like, I'm not going to go back to that track map, Zach. I want to see what that Club Motorsport in New Hampshire looks dope.
Yeah.
Palmer is crazy because I think the elevation is bigger than that. Palmer has more elevation than Laguna Seca.
Course map.
And it is like the front half you were just driving up a wall and the back half you're driving down the wall.
Wow.
And there's like open rock faces. Okay, so this is got a nice big front straight there. This is Club Motorsport. Two good straights. I see a couple nice sweepers open. That's a cool variety.
Yeah,
What's
they
with the
actually.
lake? What's with all the
I
lake?
think,
Turn
I'm
2
trying
to
remember
5
which
looks fun.
corner it is. One of the corners. So my friend's father, who died because he was so involved in this, they named one of the corners after him, and I don't remember which
Turn 9B.
It's called what?
one. His name was Philip 9B. So,
So you run this
I think it's
course,
like Turn 11
clockwise.
is named after him or something like that.
You run it. It's a clockwise track.
Yeah, 2, 2B, 3. That seems like a nice
And
section.
a Canadian journalist was happened to be at a club event the day of the funeral, and he said the track actually stopped and did like a moment of silence too, which was kind of cool.
Oh, that's
Nice.
nice.
It's 2.5 miles, 15 turns, 250 feet of elevation change.
Oh, that's a lot. 250 is a big number. Yeah.
Decent.
Wow.
So,
That
so
looks fun. Let's
dying,
get out
I'm
there.
dying to drive it. It's near like
yeah.
for those of you who know New Hampshire at all, it's near, not far from Lake Ossipee, I believe.
I have no idea
Right.
what
I
that
figured
looks
nobody
right.
in this room would
Yeah.
know, but somebody listening
got a
might.
Oh,
big
there's
skid
a map
pad, too.
right there in the bottom of where the star is where it is
Oh,
in New
Tamworth.
Hampshire.
Yeah, it's in Tamworth.
I mean, that looks
3
very
acres.
pretty.
now
skid
now
pad,
I know
dude.
where it is.
Yes, the star.
Oh, yeah.
It's the white star on the black state.
Near
What did you say?
Tamworth.
Oh, 3 acre skid pad?
Yeah, the main paddock, 3 acres.
Wow. And then
That's
is that a
huge.
kart track on top too? Looks like a
Yep.
little kart track. Cool.
A lot
Fun.
of,
We're
like-
gonna have to take a trip to New Hampshire, Glucker.
Right.
I like this.
Yeah, I agree.
You drive anything good recently? Should we talk about actual cars for a minute?
Yes, I just had a car, and I think you agree with me on this. The NSX.
Oh, it's the best.
It's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's the
I don't
best.
know why all the first reviews were so negative on it.
I think.
I know there's a tire issue.
There was
which
a
they
tire
fixed.
issue, and the Acura people said that the car is like heavily programmable and updatable electronically.
Oh.
And so it's not just like I don't, they can a lot of that car can be changed, with a laptop, and so let's just assume that those cars weren't exactly in final state. The cars I've driven
So
two
good.
of them, and they're both fucking amazing.
So good. It is.
Yeah.
It is a budget version. I'm relatively speaking,
$100,000 budget.
relatively speaking, no, but because I'm going to compare it to the P1,
The 918.
the 918,
Yeah.
and the LaFerrari.
Yeah.
It is a budget version of those cars. Same philosophy.
Baby version.
918 is the only one of those that I've driven, but it felt very the same.
You could have tons of fun in it. It rotates like a mid-engine car, like it should.
Actually, I think the front end has more confidence than any other mid-engine car I've ever driven. It's got the stickiest
'cause it
front
can
end
pull you
of
through,
any car I've
right.
ever
And
driven.
it's
I think.
really good at pulling you
It
through.
looks good.
Like, it's super smart about it.
And when you floor it, it's you get thrown in the seat because those electric motors. Its torque is instant, and then the motors die off, and then that third motor, supplies torque through between shifts, and so it's super complicated shit going on under the skin. But all
But
you
it
know is
doesn't matter.
It's a constant wave of power.
Yeah.
Very impressive. It
And if
sounded
you,
better than I thought it would.
And if you hit a mid corner bumps, just completely disappear.
Yeah, and it's comfortable. You could live.
Spacious?
You could live with the car.
911 space?
No,
Tiny.
It's
No.
still
A
super
pillars were a little big
Oh.
for me. From my seating position, I remember when I drove it was like a pretty thick A pillar that was a bit in my way.
See, that's funny because they actually
Safety.
worked hard to make them. So that was one of their things is the construction of the A pillars was this brand new technology, and I think they said that they are actually. I don't want to quote it wrong here. They said they're as thin or slightly thinner than the ones on the original car, and I remember those being like super
Really?
tiny. Yeah,
I
they
might-
worked
it may
hard.
just be my seating
It could have been the
position,
seating position
and
because
that's it.
it reminded me of that that cockpit style, and they say that cliche like, "It's like a cockpit in there." The NSX was one of the first cars I got. I'm like, "Oh yeah, this is." I see why they say F16.
Yeah,
I'm talking about
there
the
you go.
first gen.
We can play this because it's my video. Look at that. Dorifto.
Yeah.
Can you play mine?
You can slide the fuck. No, because YouTube will
strike you?
copyright infringement.
Even
us,
if I go like, no, they can do it.
maybe, I don't know.
You don't need to.
It's more roomy than a Huracan and less roomy than an R8.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's about where
and
I'd
it's
put
not
it.
as amazing as the overall feeling you get in like the 570 GT, because you're like, this is a McLaren, this is fucking crazy.
Yes, but
it's more livable.
I had the 570 GT in Iceland for a week, and I drove it a lot. And I had one here. We had one here too, actually. I got that twice. That was nice. I was spoiled. 570 GT is great.
Yep.
But I hate to say this. I think the NSX is better made.
Yeah.
I had some issues with both. All three 570s that I've had as demo cars.
I've heard some big issues on the high end of McLaren as well, having some problems.
There's some of the electronics they still can't figure out. I mean, the 570 we had in Iceland, like the hatch would like not stay locked, and like, there were no hiccups at all in the in the NSX. I realize that's anecdotal. That's one guy, one car, but that's what
there
happened.
was a lot of journalists said they had issues with the GT or the S. I don't remember which press car it was, but there was like one of the press cars going around where every journalist was like, "This didn't work on mine. This didn't work on mine." Yeah.
The blue one?
No, I think it was an orange one.
Oh, I had a blue one, but they drive awesome. I mean, I like them, but actually, I think the NSX has more confidence at the front. The McLaren got a little. It has a tendency to push in tight hairpins, which mid-engine, but the NSX doesn't do that. It just right around, right through the corner. Sticky, icky.
Yeah, the NSX it blew me away how good it was, just because I read such mixed reviews at the beginning.
Yeah, everyone who drives it and knows how to drive says this is the best thing ever.
One of my favorite parts though was running it in quiet, just creeping
Really?
around my neighborhood. I just loved running it in quiet, like I'm silent and just in this gorgeous looking cars. It's dumb, but it was fun.
I put it in loud ass manual mode every time.
I mostly did that, and then if I was just like in traffic or something, I'd be like, boo, boo, boo.
Can we talk about how awesome the race car version of the NSX looks?
It looks really good.
Oh, dude.
Real cool.
It is. And the 720S race car, McLaren,
I don't know.
also
I
looks
haven't seen
awesome.
that.
Have you guys talked about the other McLaren?
The special Saudis get to see that. That we don't get you. The people you're hanging out with are cooler than us. That's a great
If
picture.
you get a P1 LM and then it doesn't work right away, you're upset.
Yeah. Is that what's happening over there?
That's happened a couple
on the far
times.
side of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a good looking race car. Have you talked about the Senna,
720S.
the McLaren Senna?
The ugliest vehicle ever built.
Yes, that's basically where I was going.
I pooped on them on Instagram or on Twitter or
It's
something.
not great.
No, it's super ugly. I mean, I'm sure it drives great.
It's going to be the best driver ever.
Yeah,
for
but
how
it's
it looks.
So
so
ugly.
Right now, the designers at Gumper are going like, "What the fuck is that?"
Yeah, well, you see that like Apollo
Emozione,
whatever that's called.
Yes.
Are you
GT3 Risk.
what are you looking for?
Oh,
They're finding pictures of the 720.
Look at that.
It's a rendering, right?
That's a rendering, but goddamn, is it
Yeah.
a pretty car?
There's another one
get some
floating
nice
around.
canards.
It does. That's
I like
very
the
delightful.
canards. Follow me on Canard Lover.
Do you see the mirrors have holes in them?
Okay, that's these are speed holes. They make Chicago faster.
But they really are speed holes.
Circle mirror, hole in the middle.
generate-
My new
like-
vlog is Canardo Ring, by the way. So, you guys,
What's the name of my drug dealer?
Canardo.
Canardo Ring.
That's like
He
Thad
ran
and
the
I are
Canardo
going
ring.
to Pearl Jamsterdam in
Yeah.
June.
Go fuck
We
yourself.
got. We
really?
just got a ticket. You want to get a ticket?
I
Come.
can't go to. I have a child and a wife. I can't go to.
that's your mistake.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm happy
go
with
see
the
Pearl Jam
fiance,
in
but I'm going to
Amsterdam.
Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jamsterdam. It's gonna
There's
be
the-
a blast.
There's the Senna. God, is
Well,
that?
I've never seen Pearl Jam, and there's a full European
You're
tour,
in for a treat, my friend.
and we're like,
Oh, I get the emails that the tickets are on sale. Yeah, I know they're.
Thad got him. It was money.
That's
boom.
awesome.
And
You guys are gonna be so high. Oh man, you guys are gonna be so high.
well, you gotta. There's
We're gonna
the
mild-
Senna, which you can see through. There's a hole in it.
That
You
may
can see
age
right through
well.
Meet
in
George
forever.
Jetson.
That is.
It looks like their
His
Lego
wife.
car that they handed out.
all
It
black.
looks like
maybe
you
okay.
took the Lego car,
Right.
and made it a real car. It's
Right.
really
It's
not.
gonna be so fast.
The famed,
Fine, great.
British
Yeah, I don't
designer
like it, though.
Homer J. Simpson.
That's where we're going because his had a bubble like that.
It's going to be fast as fuck, though.
yeah,
for
of
sure.
course.
Hideously
You know, the Gumpert Apollo was also really fast, but fuck, that's a car.
Right.
Ugliest car.
Yeah.
This makes the Gumpert look gorgeous.
No.
Well,
I
get
No, but
this.
it
So
does make it
terrible.
look slightly less terrible.
I went on a road trip with the McLaren F1 and rode in that over a Swiss Alp. That is special.
Jesus.
That's
Yeah.
Just
that,
saying that
tough life.
phrase.
I
Just
know.
saying that.
that won't be
F1
as
road
fun
trip.
as the other thing because once it like the 12 comes on, it's like it's nice, it's mechanical feeling, but
But you
when I
said
was-
driving that F1 around Europe,
no one gives a fuck.
nobody gives a fuck. No
Nobody
one looks
freaks
at it.
out.
Really?
That's great.
Nobody.
That's
we.
amazing.
The only time people freaked out is we got into Monaco after the race, like the day the race ended, and people and prostitutes were very excited about it.
I just
Like how
read,
you say people and
Lewis.
prostitutes.
It's Lewis.
Oh, yeah,
Lewis,
they-
it's me. Hello.
They were coming up to the window. and
Jensen.
like,
Is that Jensen?
hello? How you doing? It's fucking crazy.
because
No
they're,
one-
because
no
they're like
one
all the
gives a fuck.
businesses leaving town, but you just arrived, so they're like, oh,
What's this eggplant-looking McLaren doing?
That's
aubergine.
that must have been pretty.
That was
fucking amazing.
Rowan Atkinson's McLaren.
Yeah.
Really?
He was in.
Yeah, awesome. You won't fit in it. None of us will fit in it very well.
Even in the side
But-
seats.
No, it was like full bad.
Really?
Yeah,
I
but
drove a
it's-
different one, but and I fit in it okay.
The driver's
but getting
seat,
in
yeah,
it was
but-
all right. Getting in it was tough.
The side seats,
It's not comfortable.
But it's cool. But that has like mechanical stuff. That seems like a spaceship.
It's just so
The proportions are terrible.
terrible looking. I don't understand how you could come out with a car, even if math says
Different
that
color.
that is the best way.
Well, you step back from it. The designer, he steps back. He looks at it, takes in the final shape. He's like, "Yeah,
That's
there
it.
we go."
No,
And then you look at him. He's cross-eyed as fuck.
Blind in one
That's
eye.
where you have to give credit to, I think, a Mr. John Hennessy. Even if, look, I'm sure this car will beat John's car around a circuit, fine. But John's, the Hennessy, the Venom F5 thing, it's complete CAD. There's no styling done to that car at all, right? No choices are made for aesthetics. It's 100% functional. Here, we need to make a shape that will go 300 miles an hour and not take off like an airplane.
Right.
And that's the shape that the computer spit out. And it's like
cool looking.
Yeah.
actually like a reasonably good looking vehicle. I mean, I would even go so far as to say it's a very good looking
Yeah.
vehicle. I think it's a look, that top left, the standard picture there.
Looks functional.
the
That
Drew,
is
the
a-
Drew Phillips shot.
That
looks
is
nice.
that is, I think, objectively a very attractive
Totally.
car. Restrained.
When I
There's
saw
cues
that
from
photo,
everything.
though, when I saw that photo, I was like, "Is this based on a C7?" I see a lot of C7-esque things in there, but it's not.
Really?
I
I see
disagree.
it.
I
And then
disagree.
the
I see like
headlights.
a Cayman roofline.
I see LaFerrari nose
Yeah.
and the
But a lot of
It's-
those shapes.
It'd be
are
funny if it
function
comes
driven.
out. It'd be funny if it comes out. It's still an Exige chassis or whatever the fuck chassis it is.
I think
It's not.
I think
No,
it's
it's
4C
really
chassis
not.
now.
Yeah.
And I think I remember on the old one that the rear 3/4, which was an Exige, but because it was stretched, looked
Yeah.
really good.
It did. It was very pretty.
Like just like this one. I think the rear 3/4 is awesome.
I think a lot of people's
Great shape.
criticism about the Venom GT were that it looked too much like a Lotus, but I was like, hey
It was
man, he
dope.
made that car not ugly. Like,
Yeah.
not that the Lotus was ugly, but like, there was a lot
many
of
have tried and failed with hypercars.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Well, the original Venom, but it was sexy. It was long
Yeah.
and wide and went really fucking fast.
And this thing looks good. And pull up one of the other colors too. Oh, that's Venom GT.
I think that's the one
great.
that's
Venom GT is.
know.
I think the proportions of Venom GT are better than the portions of Lotus Exige.
Yeah.
For sure. That's an
look at those
angry
big ass
motherfucker of a
hips.
car.
Those are like
Yeah, this is-
MP412C hips.
I love this.
Actually,
Yeah.
if you cut off, if I block, look at that. If I cover the
front half.
the front half of that car and just look at the B pillar backwards, I see a McLaren.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, there's that. It's that lean. It's like the high ass lean forward,
Yeah.
which the F5 has. The P1 has a really good looking car.
Yeah.
That's why the Senna is so strange because it tapers back down.
Yeah. Speaking of classic
called
proportions,
rake.
you know what I just drove, Glucker? You're going to be jealous. I had a really nice go in a stick shift Merce with like a Capristo exhaust on it. And it up on Upper Big Tahunga early in the morning, like all to myself, mobbing. And it was very,
Benz?
very nice. Huh?
Which Benz was it?
Lamborghini Murcielago with a stick shift.
Oh, you're talking about like
Your
an old-
chick, she's so
old Benz-
thirsty.
Yeah, I thought
Mercy
you were an
had
old
two-seat
Benz,
Lambo.
sorry.
No, it was very nice.
Capristo.
And that car looks wonderfully understated today, actually.
Still
Really?
undervalued, I believe, at the moment.
Probably. I bet you could get an early one for a reasonable amount of money still. Yeah.
Yeah. In
I
comparison.
would say buy and hold.
'Cause what's
Diablos were on. Oh, I got that list. Where's that thing? I want to talk about this. I got a list from Haggerty that was the top predictions for investment cars of the year.
Ooh.
And I want
a good point.
I nailed one.
Mine are never on. My cars are never on there.
I nailed one because second gen R129 SLs are on there.
His car's on there.
And I gotta find this thing. Hang on.
Whose car?
Your car.
It's called like
Yeah.
the bull list or some shit like that.
yeah, the cars.
You sent
they're-
it to
the
me.
Cars
Is that what
they're-
it's called?
The
Bull
cars
list?
they're bullish on. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you find that, Zach?
Yeah, I get that email.
Is that what it's called? Bullish list? Wait.
Or the
Bull
There's
market.
an 05 Merce with a manual posted for
There we go.
140.
Bull market
on eBay.
list.
That's
Okay,
not
here
bad.
we go. I gotcha. The bull market list. Okay, so the bull market vehicles on Haggerty. I'll plug Haggerty. They're great. We got a lot of. I saw them. I was filming with CarCraft the
it's
other
got one
day.
with pictures.
There it is. And I saw Aaron Robinson doing some shit with Haggerty with like a Bizzarini, and like
Ooh.
he had like $3 million in cars, and I'm like going by in my Fox body like wah wah.
That's why he's stoked to work there, because he has to
Yeah.
film all this weird shit.
Yeah. So here's the bull market list: the 9 hottest collectible cars right
Oh,
now.
This is by Aaron Robinson.
Oh, brilliant! Plug him. Let's
There
see.
you go.
Where,
Look
Damn
at
it,
that,
Aaron.
Zach.
Say
Where's the
W114 Benz.
okay, here we go. It includes 2000 to 2006 BMW M3. Zach
Sure
Clapman.
Cha-ching.
Cha-ching.
shift.
E46 is M3. Oh, wait. What are the qualifications? I'm sorry. These are.
It has to be missing one roof seam. It has to be very
Check
dirty.
engine light.
That's
These
gone.
are,
Fix that.
let's see. The likelihood of rising value. And these are the rising fastest in value over the last 3 years. Okay. So the M3. 79 to 86 Jeep CJ7. Is this in the same list? Is it? Well, yes, great, thank God. CJ is coming up.
He has a window. This person has a window. Look, but they're poking their head out the side. Like the window is clean. What the fuck are they looking at?
His foot is on the footstep.
Wearing
So is he gonna
flip-flops.
like take a turn like he's on a dirt bike?
Yeah, you got to get that knee out.
Yeah, you got
Yeah, he's hanging out like he's trying to counter the G-forces of whatever corner he's on. But that is that's like a 5, isn't
and you
it?
know
Is that a
that's
7 or
going.
a
You
5?
know that's going 5 miles an hour, and you know they're at
It's in low
F22 for the photo, and it's
Yeah,
shutter speeds at like 30.
and
But I would fold down the windshield if you're already that far open top. Just fold down the windshield.
it looks good on Steely's though, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
I can see
Classic.
why that would go up. It
Lots
seems
of
like
old trucks do.
you live in Cape Cod, you drive it.
Well, CJ's
yeah. 3 months
it's a
a year.
steel body and a V8, right? And so Broncos are going up and
yeah.
all that kind of stuff. So
Makes
It's a
sense.
150 horsepower V8.
You can tow your $35,000 Airstream thing.
Good torque,
Maybe
though.
245.
You can tow.
compared to the horsepower.
Yeah. No, that's like an old
'Cause
Vet. It's like an 80s
so it's just
Vet.
an emissions choked engine.
Yeah.
So you open it up, it's all
True.
now it's making 300 and 450.
Fair point.
Here we go, the 89 to 2001 Mercedes-Benz SL. Yeah.
Come on,
I got in on
1974.
that game. I get in on that
That's
game.
at Hannah's office now, is that what you said?
It's in Hannah's office right
All
now,
right.
yeah. It's coming back if soon, but we're
We're going to go cruise.
We're using Mattel's free parking for a little bit. The 1990 to 2001 Lamborghini Diablo. Diablos,
It's a Dave
They've
Burnett
moved
photo
too much.
too. That's a great photo.
Diablos are pretty much already gone. And if you're a normal person, you could have bought a Diablo for a reasonable amount of
100.
money for a while, but not anymore. Even the shitty early 91s and stuff, which are trash, are
I feel like this entry is a bit behind.
Yeah.
We've known this for a while.
Supras, yep.
Oh, these are getting expensive now?
Oh, you don't say.
they're
Well,
already-
it's over the
Super
last 3
turbos?
years. This says Supras have gone up 31% over the last 3 years.
What about Bitcoin,
Diablos
bro?
have gone up 45% in the last 3 years.
Supras, I love Supras,
How about this?
man.
Yeah.
Supras are great.
I've never driven one.
Me neither.
They're
been in a
lovely.
stock one.
They're lovely. Durability is a virtue. It's a
the
good,
two J's.
durable,
You
well-made
fucked
car.
Fucked up.
Raptors. Are you kidding? I did not fuck up at all. I got incredible money for mine. I did almost 50,000 miles in my truck, and I bought my truck for, I think it was 51,000, and I sold it for 39.5.
That's pretty good.
That's
Good
really
deal.
good.
But I know these are going up because people want the V8s.
Yeah.
Well, I've tried to buy one 3 times now, and they've all been beat.
To
I
shit.
can get them for like 27 grand.
But
in
that's
Dubai.
a beat one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like they should be in better condition.
How many
than that.
times did you roll this?
Yeah.
It's cool. We all
It's
roll.
lateral.
No, it's my,
okay.
it's my
Like to roll.
commuter car.
Yeah.
Light 6
But-
flips.
Fuck. So. Whatever.
I send it, bro.
You like send it? Look at your tattoos.
Send it, Habibi.
Just send it.
I jumped 1,000
no
feet.
surprise. Next up, the Porsche 996 Turbo.
Of course. With a
And
stick.
then here's the one surprising one, Formula Firehawk. 93 to 02 Pontiac Firebird Firehawk.
I told you I got 6 of them in the backyard. I told you to give me a
That's-
fucking reason.
I don't.
They're all broken,
I'm going to
Jethro.
put them all into one.
Nah,
They're
they're
all gonna-
rusted.
So
They're all going to make
Firehawks.
one car that runs.
Firehawks are up 31% in the last 3 years.
It's probably one person.
Well, that 31% is if you like, it was $2,000,
Right.
And now it's $2,700.
Also, there were 2 transactions, and now
Yeah.
there have been 5 transactions.
Although, credit where it's due, the Firehawk is the best of the F body because you got the big motor without all the shit glued onto it. It was the skinny body with the big motor.
That's the only credit most Firehawk owners have, by the way.
I hate all F bodies. I've never liked
when the
them.
Formula Firehawk came out. I remember in my head opening the magazine. I was like, as a kid, I was like, "This is fucking awesome." As a kid, it was silver, it had a wing, it had nostrils. It was like V8. It was like, yeah.
I was like the Camaro SS SLP version
yeah.
of that because it was less aggressive nostrils, but everything else was basically the same.
If
I
you
have
really,
no love
I've
for
driven a couple of these
F-bodies.
things. If you really wanted like an awesome race car or something, like you can get a Camaro SS. The steering is shocking. So what you can do is 305s all around, and a good set of shocks and a good set of brakes. And dude, it is shocking how fast you can go in one of those.
These things ripped. I
They're
would show
really,
up
really
at
fast.
6-speed,
Yeah.
stout
It
as fuck.
They're terrible hunks of shit, but they are fast hunks of
Dude,
shit.
you could get a car
Looks like
that
a
for
Sebring.
$8,000.
I haven't looked at this in a while. That looks like a Sebring a bit.
All I see in that picture is G35.
I like that car.
Also,
Needs
they
a
have the
turbo.
buttons inside where if you push the button too hard, it disappears.
yeah. The buttons are made of Play-Doh.
I agree. I've always hated
2000
the way they
GM build
look,
quality.
but they're good race cars. Remember?
not that
I just
bad
noticed
looking,
the
though.
G35 in the
I
back.
think
of the
it's
phone.
so dull. I think it's so dull
It's not
looking.
that bad.
It's just it's got nothing. It's just a long.
My friend,
blah.
your eyes, they are roasted from the sun.
It's a long poo.
But you can make them go fast for not very much
yeah.
money.
Yeah,
if you wanted a
put
shitty
turbo,
race car,
it's put a turbo on it. It's an LS motor.
you can do that, or you can make them handle better.
Bosey,
Yeah, so-
Bosey's listening to this. Like, no. What you do is you get the heads from this, you get the flywheel from this. You get the
Wait, what do they weigh? Because I'm surprised they're not more popular as drift cars. Actually,
17,000 pounds. No, they probably weigh nothing.
30.
Why aren't they
3,500
more
pounds?
popular
They probably
as
weigh
drift
nothing.
cars?
Or
Because
SS
they're
sweet.
ugly. I mean, I don't know.
It's not stance.
Maybe you can't
solid.
get much angle.
That's possible. When I was looking at cars like the GTO, it was hard to get a
GTO
lot of
is-
angle, and they're real heavy.
Yeah.
People had to do a lot of weird stuff for them. What's the weight?
But like it should be super stout.
I don't know. IROCs are coming up into like ironic cool, so we should
Oh.
probably look out for them next year.
Remember, what's her name? We did the female driver from Time Attack in NorCal. She had the IROC race car in her back. Mary
What do we
Posey.
film this for? Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Her IROC race car is dope as fuck. Looking.
No, she has like a
red
70
one, yeah.
Camaro.
No, in the back
No,
she has an original IROC race car.
yeah.
Oh, an actual one.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
awesome.
But,
it
but
looks
that's like
so
the old
purposeful.
NASCARs. I think look amazing. Like you could take a boxy Oldsmobile and
Yeah.
then just big
Like
fenders,
the
big tires,
Cole
sick.
Trickle.
Yeah. The Cole Trickle era of racing, as if that's an era. For
me, it is.
The Detroit Speed
Doing it
built
for Cole.
a sick IROC.
I believe
was
that.
It was at
They make
SEMA.
awesome shit.
Everything I've driven from them is insano. I've driven 6 of their cars, and they were all fucking awesome.
Well, everybody at Optima Speed Challenge, almost everyone has parts from them.
yeah. Their C3 Corvette that I drove. How much was that Lambo, Zach? Before you close it?
140 listed manual.
For a stick shift Merce?
Yeah.
Buy. and hold.
Okay.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Buy
I
and
got all
hold.
this E46 investment money now.
Now you're
I'm gonna flip it up.
for a silver one too.
telling you.
Silver is like class. How many miles are on that?
20 years, our whiskey investment will pay off. Then we can get a
20
then we can get a
27,000.
Lamborghini.
Fleet of them.
27,000 miles.
27,000 miles.
That's not bad.
Stick shift. Huh.
It's a V12 Raging Bull, according to the description.
Assume it needs a clutch. That's 10
Speed,
Gs.
Manual.
So
Do
Do
that
the
is
do
lovely.
the clutch job
color.
yourself outside your apartment.
Like
That's
Freddie.
That's what Taverish would say. He'd be like, "You could do it.
Yeah.
You could do it. Just
That's
take,
clean looking.
take off the back shell. Okay, take off the subframe.
Store
remove
the engine in your parking spot.
Somebody tweeted at me that they did a clutch on a Merce in their driveway with two friends. They said it was a pain in the dick and they got fluids everywhere.
And
but
their
they were
day
able
job
to do
is
it.
Lambo technician. They stole the tools from the shop.
I just happen to have the
silver
$10,000
stick shift Merce for 140 is a that to me is a buy and hold for sure.
Europe
That's
has
great,
a bunch.
Great
as well.
car to drive.
Trying to think if there's anything else cool I've driven. I'm going. Already have an international trip for next year, so I'm excited about that. But it's not for anything too exciting. But it's for the Jag E-Pace. So
Okay.
there's that. But it's in Corsica because, of course,
Ooh. Because the
That
key
sounds
is when you have an
terrible.
electric
Because of
vehicle,
Corsica it is.
you need to have the press launch in a very small
Well,
place.
I was
You
actually
can't go
talking about
too
this.
far.
I was talking about this launch with Scotto from Hoonigan, and he's like, "You should retrace. You should just leave the route they planned and go retrace Colin McRae's old rally routes." I'm like, "Well, see, that's why you run Hoonigan. That's a
why-
great fucking idea.
That's why Scott
That is a
course,
great
yeah.
idea. So
Very good idea.
Might have to break off the break away
You
from the
should.
mold a little bit on this one.
Is that? It's like the electric F-Pace, right? Ish.
That's the I-Pace.
Oh.
I think the E-Pace. I think yeah.
It's
Is
there.
this
We're
really
waiting
for
for
the
the
O
world-
pace?
I think the
and the
O-
sometimes Y
O-
pace.
and what about
The
I gave her
E-Pace
my
is
own-
their
I gave her my own
X3.
Pace.
It's their
I
smaller
think,
SUV.
I think the E-Pace is the Pace Picante. Exactly.
That's so fucking funny. What
I
is
think
the
it's just a
E-Pace?
smaller.
Just a smaller SUV.
Oh.
Is that two-door? No,
No.
four-door. Oh, but it's just the electric
their
one, right?
hatchback.
No,
no, that's the
electric is
I.
I-Pace.
Oh.
Did you see the I-Pace race car? That looks interesting because it's so big.
Listen, let me tell you how uninterested I am in a fucking electric race car. There is nothing you could do to make electric racing interesting except have the cars last the length of a race without having to be
I
changed.
think that happens
Here,
this coming
when the
season.
road wet down.
So-
That's the classic. That's here, but we're like,
Yeah.
wet
The
the road, wet the road.
The E-Pace is a good-looking vehicle, actually.
It's funny that
It looks like an MX-5.
It looks like my CX-5.
yeah.
totally does.
And it's a Jag, so
the,
it probably costs as much.
The Alpha Stelvio was like a
Jaguar.
CX-5 with a turbo on it too, pretty much.
I also drove a turbo Honda recently, Jeff. It was an Accord Sport. You know what's funny? Same 0 to 60 time as your Fox Body Mustang in stock form. No shit.
Have you driven the-
Stock form?
Have you driven the Type R?
I have, yeah.
Thoughts?
I enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
thought it was fun. It rode better than the Focus RS
Yes,
stock.
it definitely does.
It was more comfortable and roomy than the Focus RS. It's bigger though.
Ugly as shit on the outside.
Ugly as shit. There's no reason for it to have 20-inch wheels,
They're rubber band tires,
which is so dumb.
which is amazing how nice it rides. For
yeah,
those tires.
that was shot. Imagine when you put 18s on it, it would probably be beautiful.
They're
And-
10s, but they clean.
And bravo.
What is that from?
Friday.
Friday,
Two.
yeah.
Two?
Friday
Fri-
2.
next Friday.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I overheated it on the track though.
I heard that.
It did. It happened.
And one overheated on a job when I was filming another magazine. Theirs overheated in the morning as well.
And also,
very
Mark
quickly.
Baruth overheated it during that NASA.
That's because he's an SCCA champion.
Hey, man. I think he won. He won a trophy.
No, he did win.
Yeah,
something.
he won a trophy.
No, this
What a
conversation went
shitbag.
down on Twitter.
Yeah.
It's like almost word for word.
Yeah, no, but other than the overheating on the track, it was a very nice street car.
Find one without a dealer markup. Don't pay dealer markup.
I bet
no.
that's gone.
Oh,
I
That
bet-
should be
my
for any
God,
car,
what
though.
are you
That should be for
kidding
any car,
me?
though.
no, that markup I bet vaporized so quick. 'cause-
But could you imagine being the guy who's like, yeah, I got a Civic for $50,000.
I mean,
No,
no.
because I watched Harris did Harris on Cars with it, and he made a good point. Like even selling it for $40,000, like the people that want to buy a car that looks like that, like the old Type R they used to have in England, it's like 25-year-olds would buy it. You'd finance it and buy it, like an STI Evo, the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
But if you can afford a $40,000 car, are you going to buy something that looks like that, drives like that, etc.?
Right.
Probably not.
I mean, I bought a Focus RS, which is it's not
Similar.
well. It's definitely prettier.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Yeah.
It's also all-wheel drive. It's got its own set of
But
things.
it's still a boy racer.
It is.
Oh yeah, it is. But I'm like a child. I'm not like a real grown up.
No, but it's a practical boy racer. It's 4 doors, has a trunk.
Yeah,
Well,
the
Type
Type
R
R,
does too.
the Type R as well. Everyone who, for the most part, when I had it at Grid Life, like everyone liked it, and it was
Great.
quick. Like it was. It's not that it was fast on the track.
It's
It
fast
ran
as hell.
good numbers.
Yeah.
I was running very strong lap times. I did this like hokey bit where I go out. So I do the announcing, the time attack. So I go out in the Type R during the time attack and Bluetooth call into the booth. So I'm announcing. So I'm basically doing like a one take on the Type R during a time attack race over the fucking PA. So the whole crowd
So
is
if you
listening.
fuck up, it's
Yeah, but I have the windows up.
Right.
The car's overheating, so I have to blast the heat with the windows up for like 10 laps around Road Atlanta. So by the time I finished the thing, it was like easy 140, maybe even 150 degrees in the car. It was so hot, I thought I was going to pass out. It was really bad.
Speaking of doing stuff live from the track, did you see the thing they're doing, I think, in Japan where you can ride in a bus during an actual race?
What?
What?
I thought it was just great. I'm like, I would sign up to that, no problem.
They
it's like
have a
WEC
tour bus
race.
that goes out in the middle
And it just
of an
hangs
endurance
off
race.
race line?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
You find that shit? That's
Circuit
a
Safari. That's what it's called. Circuit Safari.
world's greatest bus tour drives right onto an active racetrack. That's fucking hysterical.
Yeah.
Holy
Look at that
hell.
shit.
Yeah, click play on that.
That's so funny.
Fucking insane.
This seems awesome.
Pull that video up. I'm
track
legit
is it?
gonna eat my bagel right now.
What track are they
clicked
at?
it, sorry.
Like Spa or something?
strangest bus I've ever been on. I'm here at Fuji Speedway.
Here's where we lose our rev share.
5 seconds.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Look at that.
What the fuck?
How awesome is
So does
that?
it just do the main straight, or does it go?
No,
all-
it does the whole thing.
Oh, that was a gorgeous
Fucking
car.
hysterical, right?
That needs to be open top,
Oh my god,
though.
look how tight that corner is.
Which is all the GT300s, most all the GT.
How much fun would that be?
Get some cool photos.
Yeah.
You can shoot through the glass on the bus.
Three cars.
That's why it needs to be open. Like
Yeah.
so you
Like
can just
safari
kind of
style,
lean
yeah.
out. But I guess, with a
Safety.
roll cage,
Yeah.
probably. But
That-
there's more than one fucking bus.
So they said it was during practice laps, though. So I wonder if that's just how it is.
Yeah. Or
Which would make sense.
Yeah,
safety,
Like FIA
yeah.
rules
Of
are
course.
probably like,
You thought it was during a race?
it
I thought
looked
they
like
did it during the
Come
race.
on. That would be.
yeah, the other teams
No
have their
one
spotters on
would
the bus
sell for
dressed
that.
as tourists. Yeah, he's on your ass.
That's pretty funny,
Get him
though.
next lap.
It's very funny.
I'm a big fan of that idea.
Also, props to the drivers. That'd be a fun gig for the bus driver.
Great bus
let's
driver.
buzz the bus. And
that
as
would
much
be
as
the best
possible.
part. Buzz and slide past the bus.
Do you think the race car drivers are like, fucking this bullshit again?
Yes.
Japan's so crazy.
Yeah,
Why are we here?
Can't we just walk up a slippery flight of stairs or something?
What was that great game show?
The slippery flight of stairs?
No, where they
that's
redubbed
amazing.
it in America.
Oh, Most Extreme
Yeah.
Elimination Challenge? Yeah.
Japanese hand job
Yeah,
contest.
best show ever.
With the whole series is on YouTube, I guess. So if you want
love
to
it.
get lost for
Zach, you want
days.
to ensure that our
No, I was gonna- I'll run
Did
it
we get
no
a
sa-
strike on us?
I'll run it no sound. That might help.
I'm not sure it
Guy
does.
Lafleur, or whatever the hell their name was. Yeah, you,
Make sure you don't full screen it, whatever you do. Yeah, we know. We know Most Extreme Elimination Challenge.
But
It's people
the dub.
fucking eating shit. Oh God.
Well, we knew that one dude that worked for
Oh, I forgot about this
Wipeout.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said
remember-
people just got hurt all the time.
How could
Yeah.
you not broken ankles and shit?
That's a real sadistic show to work on. He had like a fire cannon, that he would just like people be running across some balance beam and he'd just like unleash fucking 300 gallons an hour.
That's fantastic.
In
So
the ice
good.
cold water at Big Bear. Oh fuck.
So,
that.
how was not? I'm asking you questions on your podcast. How was
Go
this
ahead.
last season of the show? To shoot.
What, Drive?
Yeah. How was this? I
good.
haven't been in the studio in a
It
while.
was good.
No, the show came out really good.
Yeah.
It came out nice.
Yeah.
And it's
Happy
on
with
Prime
it.
now, so
It is. How about that?
I'll go
I
watch
don't-
it.
Well, by the time this podcast airs, I'm sure we'll be allowed to talk about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, JF, if we're still not allowed to by the time this comes out. But
Whoops.
We have some time, but
It should be, but-
Listeners should just go to Drive or look it up on Amazon Prime, and they'll have your answer for you.
Yeah.
Or there'll be a press release about it because we at recording time we don't have all the details. It's like it's up,
It's there,
where
but-
it's going to go more places.
Yeah.
That's what we know.
we're not really sure.
But the news on that it's on Prime is out because I've seen
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
talking about it.
yeah.
Yeah, which is sick.
You were
Yeah,
supposed to.
Cool.
No, we seriously don't have all the details, honestly,
Okay.
but and we want to share correct details. That's all.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It will be on Prime.
Cool.
That's which is awesome because it's very difficult to get people that are known for being on the internet to come over to a cable show without providing some sort of online viewing option,
Yeah,
which
that's a good
everyone
point.
seems excited to have now.
Yeah.
So
Right.
it seems a little.
Hey, kid, turn off that unboxing video.
Sorry about
and
this noise you're
Want
making.
to talk to you about our Quest cable package.
Right. Well, you mentioned that about which everybody seems to have an internet shows. There was a South Park this season where they had to call Netflix, I think it was, and the guy answers the phone. Thank you
yeah.
for calling Netflix. How can I greenlight your order?
Yeah.
And they answer every call. And then he's talking to Cartman. They want like a superhero series. He's like, all right, would you like a 10 episode deal, or like just ripping through this industry talk? It's
So genius.
fucking hilarious. And it's like a room of 50 people answering the phone the same way.
so
How can I greenlight your deal? I forget the exact verbiage, but that's
good.
what it was.
It's good shit.
No, man, we did a good season. Like, the shows were good. We went to some cool places. I don't know. I was pretty stoked about it.
I enjoyed watching the Iceland one. I thought
The Iceland one was
had,
great.
like lots
Yeah.
of cool shit in
Was
it.
that the capper?
Pretty.
The season capper?
Yeah, that was the hour special.
The Miami one was a little frustrating. A lot of traffic and rain.
Traffic,
Miami.
rain.
Yeah. Miami sucks.
Fuck
Yeah,
Miami.
that one was difficult. Like, we got rained out on the boat day.
Yeah,
until
the show
4
ended
PM.
up.
It was crazy.
The show ended up being fun, but it was a tough one to shoot.
Miami was watching Spinelli shop for a Miami Vice outfit. He just kept up leveling he'd like grab a jacket, he's like, this is perfect, and then he'd hand it to me, and then he'd turn around and he'd go, oh, and we ended up walking out of there with like 4 different jackets. So he kept changing,
Sweated through all
every
of them.
segment and just getting more obnoxious in front of Chris each time. So like the first time he had a polo, and then he had a polo and a jacket, and then he switched to a button-up shirt, and Chris is like, what the fuck you doing? Chris had a purple blazer, and that was it. So there, that was really fun.
You need the music from the vacation movie when they're in Europe, just getting all dressed up. Yeah.
Well, our editor did a sick job. He did square frame with like the 80s grain over it,
Nice.
and he did 80s style lower thirds for them.
Yeah.
And like, it was so good.
It was
man.
nice.
Total cop
Very
show.
synthies. Oh,
Very
Very
synthy.
cop show. Okay, sweet.
It was a fun
Good
show.
stuff. Awesome.
It's hard to fly to Europe like 3 times in a summer from LA though. That's like a 15-hour each
Yeah.
way from here.
When when they fly you for work, you don't get
No.
Yeah, you don't get this. Like so
Rough.
like people listening that it's fun. Anybody would love to do it. You had a great time doing it. But
Oh,
that's
yeah.
hard as shit on your
It
body.
just beats the shit out of you, yeah.
But when you go for a press trip, it's not as hard.
they make it a little nicer.
Because it's business class.
Yeah, they make
And
it a little
flying
nicer.
business class on these modern airplanes. If you're on an A380, which is an ugly fucking plane, it's sad to see the 747.
Yeah.
If you're on an A380 upstairs in world business class,
It is delightful.
you have your own little studio apartment basically. And if you fly Emirates, you do have an apartment.
You have
first
a
class.
bar to
That's
go
first-
sit at.
At Emirates, you get the bar, which is I've
best.
not seen at any other airline. Which is actually a bar you stand at, and is an open bar, and everything they have is from
great.
Macallan and is over 15 years
and
old.
You joked about me liking to drink, but that is as fucked up as it is one of my bucket list things to be at a bar on a plane.
Yeah,
It's
Emirates
awesome.
Just because
business
it's like
class.
James Bond as fuck.
You meet some crazy people on a long flight.
I bet.
Like a 16-hour LA flight. At the middle of the flight, you get some
And if
very
if they're
interesting
up there,
people.
they probably either are working for a business or have shitloads of money. It's like, what do you do? I trade swords internationally. I'll have what this motherfucker's having.
It's fun.
It's nice because I got upgraded on to London in it, and that's basically you land at the right time to go straight to the pub. So we just got pissed on the plane.
Nice.
And then went out.
Yep.
It's great.
Or if you go from LA to Europe, you have an amazing meal. It's like a 4-course meal. You finish it off with a nice glass of scotch. Maybe you have a few more drinks. You go to bed. You wake up. You have time to finish work, have breakfast, watch another movie. Like that's how long that flight is.
I know.
Yeah, you definitely know.
No, but it's crazy how much it fucks you up. Like, I'm completely 12 hours opposite, but I landed yesterday and was like great until it was like, you're not great anymore.
No, yeah, you crash
You're
real hard
asleep
at
now.
Yeah.
Well, I get like sweaty and like your head starts to swim. I feel like I have the flu for an hour, and then you just have to like take a nap. Like jet lag's weird.
One of those the drive ones, I landed at like 6 a.m. and we had to go to work. And it was like, you're driving for like 5 hours, 6 hours, and you go, by the end, like, you're like hallucinating a little bit.
My
You need
favorite one
Provigil.
was when we were driving with the M2 with Spinelli last season. And we're driving across Germany, and we get into our hotel like 10:30 at night. We have to be up at 5 to go to Bilsterberg, and we all go to sleep, and then we knock on his door in the morning at 5, and he opens the door and he goes, "Hey!" and he's holding coffee. I'm like, "You're too excited right now." And we're like, "Did you sleep?" He goes, "No." but he's got the tire drunk, and he just rides it for about till 10 a.m.
Yeah.
And then he's fucked, and he's like about to throw up and sweating and pasty, and we had someone else had to drive the car for driving shots. Dude, he ascended so quickly and then just crashed.
I won't say I haven't been there, so I mean I know exactly
No,
what you're describing.
I don't fault him. I thought it was just hilarious how we get too tired and we get like, "Oh, this is gonna be amazing. I can just ride this wave."
So occasionally when you go on these press trips, you're there for work. You're supposed to be professional, but the atmosphere occasionally is PR people like to drink and journalists like to drink, and you're seeing some of people you don't get to see all the time. You're in some super nice hotel.
Yeah.
You can drink whatever you want within reason. So sometimes you do it a little bit too much. And on one of my last press trips, I might have missed my alarm. It's the first time it's ever happened to me. I felt like a bag of shit.
no.
And you get down there and the PR people are like, "It's fine. Don't worry about it." It's like, this is not a real job. This is fun. Like I was 10 minutes late to the presentation. So it's not the end of the world, but it's super unprofessional. But I was like, no, it doesn't matter.
It probably happens a lot.
Yeah, but it's never happened to me, so I felt
I understand.
horrible.
And I mean, and they're serving alcohol that you with this job will probably never be able to afford because that's the funny thing is you fly business class and you get Macallan 25 and da 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 da.
Right.
But on the other side of it, you make whatever you make a year, and you got to hustle for it.
Right.
Yeah. No one feels bad for you, Jeff.
No, nobody should.
No one feels bad for me. No one feels bad for any of us. Nor should they.
Have you seen the news on the Emirates first class 777 seats with the fake LED windows?
What is it? Cameras on the outside of the plane,
so
and
you see exactly out but
it's not a real window.
No, it's not a real window.
Why don't they just have a window?
Why don't they just put a window?
Because you're in the middle, so they have window of actual window. Then you have like the other first class cabin on the inside bit, which has a fake window. It's like a Recaro designed seat.
The
it's
interior cabin.
Recaro does a lot of plane seats. The one I like is the seat where it's the mini pods, and so you're facing another passenger, and then you have to have the divider stowed for takeoff and landing, and then as soon as you're up to a certain point, it's see you later.
Yeah,
person I don't know, fuck off.
See you later. But so this is the cabin private first class suite. It's got a door that
is this
closes.
The right picture? Is that what you want?
Yeah. So those windows.
Those are fake. Those are fake windows.
On the inside level are fake windows, but
That's
it's
funny.
That's
super
hilarious.
high definition of exactly what's outside.
That is hilarious. It's a nice little room.
Yeah.
I would like to get some head in that room.
Well, all right. This is a black and white shot, which is kind of funny. I mean, so it's high def, but it's
Can you
black and
change?
white.
You can select OG for your window.
If you want to
and
be
make your view
vintage, you can pick
white.
black and white.
And
If
you
you're
put
like,
mountain scenes up.
sir, we saw
lakes
that you
and
like
swimming.
vinyl records listed on your personnel file, so we made the screen black and white for you. So
They made
the
black and white. They play propeller sounds.
Pipe in different.
all aboard.
noises.
I mean, look at that picture
That's
there.
color.
That's beautiful. What does that guy's Instagram caption say? Virtual windows.
Are insane. Look how sharp this is. Holy friggin' crap.
Crazy, right? Like I never thought that would be a thing.
That is so. Sorry, I'm chewing. I'm horrible.
I mean, you know what?
Sorry, I was hungry.
It does make sense. If you're going to be like living in a windowless place or working in a windowless office sucks. So having that, even though it's fake, will probably
It reminds
be
me of
beneficial.
Total Recall, right? The Scenery Channel.
But have you guys seen the Elon Musk BFR, big friggin' rocket thing?
No.
Oh, yeah. So basically, he wants to strap people into an ICBM and shoot you like a missile
Why?
to different places because they have the re-landing rockets now. So you can go from here to Shanghai in like 30 minutes.
Fuck, really?
And so it'll
You
self-land
can hitch
itself.
a ride on ICBM that lands itself?
Basically. There's
Fucking
a
Elon
video.
Musk is going to spin right off this planet.
So the relaunchable rocket thing. You basically climb on one of those. It
Yeah.
shoots you into fucking outer space, and you land again.
I tell you, I just watched that video of that rocket landing. That is just about the coolest thing I have ever seen.
He's a fucking evil genius. So
Dude,
you get on your
landing
missile.
a rocket.
He's a good genius, it seems like. He's like, oh, here's solar electricity and this thing, and let's go to space and learn about science.
Yeah, but he's
This
a
is-
good idea guy. He just needs other people to be like, well, this is how we're actually going to accomplish this.
Right, but I mean, he's not an evil genius. We got
Right.
a lot of those.
So you're
This
on
is
your
crazy,
missile,
man.
and
How
you
about that?
reusable.
Dun 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 dun.
How great would that be?
Wait, what just happened there? What just go back? What just happened there? That's
the booster bit goes back.
the boost. It made a U-turn and went back.
Yeah.
Well, it falls back into atmosphere.
Oh, it didn't look like it looked like it turned around and went the other way.
It might be that smart.
Fuck.
How great. I would
Humans can't handle this shit. Regular human, you gotta train for stuff like
Nah,
this.
it's only 40 minutes. We'll be all right.
Dude, regular humans cannot get in that.
24. How great would that
Bangkok to Dubai.
London
we
to
can't
Dubai in
have
30
we
minutes.
cannot have rockets.
This will happen. I bet you. Maybe not in 5 years. We're gonna have that.
Yeah.
Like, there's enough people that have the resources to buy the seat. The tech is there.
How
like
many
you said, the
times
rocket
do you-
landed vertically. It was amazing.
How many times do you have to land a rocket vertically before you're riding that rocket, Zach?
Oh well, 500.
500 rocket landings vertical.
No,
and
I
you're
agree.
getting on one.
It's totally scary.
Well, that's
but by
like
the time
in,
it's available, it will be. They'll have done it so many times.
I want to be a Wright brother once.
In Dubai, they're working. They say they're very close to the autonomous flying Uber drones.
Oh, Jesus Christ. The
they're-
traffic's bad enough.
It's a Chinese company testing them in Nevada, and the first market is supposed to be basically Dubai. And they say they're only like a year or two out.
I saw the personal motorcycle drone that the police got at the auto show. That seems like so sketchy. You just toss a rock at them. and just go, brrr.
The flying drone taxi I saw at CES, and it looked cool as fuck.
Not a chance of getting in it.
I would get it.
I would eventually.
mean,
I think I trust engineering a great deal, and I think by the time it becomes legal here, like there will be so many safeguards. Actually, well, never mind. Well, it's not
well,
going to do
but
that.
a drone style craft can't auto rotate like a helicopter can it?
You just fall out of the air, don't you?
You just fall out of the air. Like even a helicopter, if you lose power, like you can use the gravity and the air, of the helicopter falling will spin the rotor enough to seriously slow and be able to control that descent to a point. A drone, I don't think you have it at all.
But I bet by the time they have a passenger system, they'll have a parachute. They're going to have a
parachute.
safety
Serious
procedure
parachute
for
option.
that for
Yeah,
sure.
good point.
I think it'd be pretty cool.
I think that's. Are we putting this show together with the other show, Zach? How long is this show?
This is an hour and a half.
Oh, this gets to be its own show.
Okay.
We'll record another show to put with the other show. This was going to be a half show. It became a full show, Jeff Glucker.
Ooh.
But
About anything but cars.
Feel whole again.
we talked about some cars.
Oh, we did.
Cars.
We
did.
definitely
went through
did.
Everybody's list.
We've
I'm going to be rich.
Planes and rockets you can ride are
I just
better.
want W114s to get on that fucking list already.
You and everyone who was early on Firehawks.
A lot of
Buy any
people were-
Bitcoin? No, 7 Firehawks.
I think the people that were early on Firehawks bought them new, and they still have them.
That's that internet money for queers.
I'll
Right?
keep it in a bubble. I'll keep it, yeah.
You saw the guy that sold the Chuck E. Cheese coins.
Yes, as
yeah.
Bitcoin Cash.
Brilliant.
It is
Love it.
brilliant. I
So
feel like
good.
the cops should be like, all you people who bought those are fucking idiots.
Yeah. Why isn't that guy president? I mean, he's smarter than the guy that actually is president. Anyway, that's I think that's a show. Jeff, congratulations on your new job at Truck Central.
Thank you. Still doing plenty of
Hooniverse
Hooniverse
as
stuff
well?
and all the other shit. Yeah.
We will post your videos for you when they come out. So I
Great.
look forward to seeing them.
Thank you.
Want to plug anything else?
Hooniverse.com. Follow me on Twitter at @JGlucker. Follow me on Instagram at HooniverseJeff. Go to our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe. Hit that button.
Smash it.
Sorry.
Did you like
Smash
this
that
video?
button.
Hit yeah.
Blah!
Hit up.
Oh my
Fucking
God!
hell.
I saw,
Buy me Bitcoin.
have you heard of this Logan Paul guy? Have you seen his
The
video?
name
Yeah.
sounds.
The name's
I
familiar.
saw him in Dubai.
Wait, is this the dude who's like fired from Disney?
I don't know.
No, that's somebody else who.
That's PewDiePie.
No, Jake Paul. I don't know. There's some
one
Jake
of the
Paul.
one of those.
Are they
It's
related?
the crazy. Yeah, I think they're brothers.
Oh.
But I saw the craziest scene of people
Like
to meet
Beatlemania?
this guy. Yeah, like boy band level of
Really?
for nothing. Crazy.
Yeah.
He had like security and all these like preteen girls are all about you. Like that's a terrible demographic. For one, preteen girls and preteen boys.
I thought you said
super
18-year-old
fans.
girls. I was like, that
That's
doesn't seem
different.
Like a bad demo.
No, it's not. It's the other. It's the
it
worst
was-
possible demo.
Mayhem. Like he was leaving, coming in out of the hotel we were doing a rally thing at. It was just disgusting. Like
Some people did a funny thing.
Welcome back to
like,
LA.
Study and make fun of that. They got It was a guy put on some nice shit and then had some friends act like paparazzi, and he walked into like the NBC building in New York and then walked out, and they all started taking photos, and people just started paying attention, and then they started taking photos with their phone, and then he was like, oh, do you want a photo with me? And they're like, yeah. And then he'd walk away, and his friends that were helping him investigate would be like, oh, do you know who that is? And they go, yeah, he's from this. And he was he made up in 12 seconds a celebrity personality, and
That's
people
so
just wanted to be
funny.
a part of it so bad that they went along with it and like bullshitted that they knew who he was.
I
It's
read
so
a thing,
sad.
I think it was on like Cracked or something, about someone who is like, as a gig, is like an extra for that. Like they, like a client will come, will either want to feel famous, or someone will want to set this client up to feel famous. Like happens typically like Asian businessmen coming in, and like they'll go shopping on Rodeo or whatever and have like paparazzi fucking there, and they'll be fake paparazzi.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's so weird.
To try and draw attention. Wow.
No.
So
weird
strange.
as fuck. Yeah. Anyway, that's
Did you
it.
text Armin?
Yeah.
Okay.
That has to do with the show.
No, but I'm just
Yeah. We're not leaving Armin hanging.
Okay.
Anyway, Thaddeus is back in town. Hopefully, we can get him on the next show as well. He'll stick around. You're not doing anything. You're here.
Yeah.
You're here. We're here. Thanks for listening, kids. Smoke Tire Podcast, powered by Shout Engine. Get your own damn podcast at shoutengine.com. Click on that video right there to get Jeff Glucker's weird eyeball in your fucking shot.
It's not weird. It's glorious.
You know how to do this. It's a Smoking Tire Podcast. We'll see you.